We are live, I think. Hello, this thing on? Uh, got my Cash is King coffee mug right here. I thought I grabbed mine, but I grabbed Cash's, so we'll just sip from his pretty little face here. How's everybody doing tonight? Happy New Year's Eve. If you're on the road, please be careful. This is a night of great tomfoolery and shenanigans. You don't you don't want to get hit by a drunk driver, and definitely don't be doing that yourself. Hopefully everybody's home and safe. I am home. Thought about going out tonight. I haven't been out on a New Year's Eve in many moons. Oh, just got my own notification. Let me shut that off here. There we go. So, how's everybody doing tonight? Who do we got in here so far? I don't expect a lot of people. It's a holiday. Everybody should be having a good old time. Killian's trucking. What's up? Thanks for coming in, buddy. Mark M in the house. Snorlord says, "Woohoo! What the hell's going on around here? Happy New Year." Sounds like Snorlord is already 3 sheets to the wind, as he likes to do. This Trucking Life says, "Hello, DIY and chat. Happy New Year, everyone. This is a warning. I may do some drunk chat. Just know that I have good intentions. Ooh, be careful with that. You can't unsay something." Jackknife TV in the house says, "What's up, peeps? With both feet, the year is not over yet. Get to work. Just got done working. I just got done filing my last minute Connecticut permits for starting tomorrow and all that. But we got some time. Made a video about it, so maybe I'll get that posted tomorrow or Monday. I don't know if I should post a video tomorrow because everybody's going to be hungover and in bed till noon. So, Shannon Thomas, Happy New Year. Let's get it. Yeah, definitely. Greg Zimmer in the house. Hey, DIY, greetings from I-70 in Missouri. Well, somebody's trucking it up. Trucking it up across Missouri. Haboonster made his way in. Happy New Year's. All right. Cool trucking in houses. Thank God 2022 is over. Hello to 2023. Great things to come. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about 2023. Maybe that's another live stream in a couple days. What are the big old plans for 2023? Tonight I kind of want to talk about 2022. Kind of what happened little by little. I'll probably forget a few things, but 2022 had some highs and lows. It started off with a big old low. And then I remember being asked about a year ago, what are my goals for 2022? And I remember what I said, and we'll see if I met my goals or not. RBK says, "Greetings from home in Myrtle Beach." I'm assuming you meant Myrtle Beach. Happy New Year's, everyone. Thank you, buddy. Midwest Mike in house says, "Happy New Year." This Truck and Life says this: "Get ready for your social media to be blown up with 2023 New Year, New Me nonsense." Yeah, that's part of the reason I don't do social media. Can't stand that phony crap. Ugh, ugh. I don't do New Year's resolutions just for that too. It's like, what does that last? About a day, and then I'm right back in, you know, 3 feet deep in a box of Twinkies. Come on, come on with that. We all know what's gonna happen. We all know how it's gonna go. This Drug and Life says, "I'll start it 2023, new year, new me. Let's see if I can gain another 20 pounds this year. Hell, let's go for 40. Go for 40. Don't, go big or go home." Midwest Mike says, "I plan on being the same sarcastic a hole." All right. Well, hey, do what you do best, right? Do what you do best. Mark M says, "Oh man, this year went by so slow. I felt every hour of it. Next year, I got some big plans. I hope we all accomplish something great." Ooh, what are those big plans, Mike? Mark, personal, business? I know you started a new career. Hmm. Hot seat in the house. Thanks for coming in. Dirty Diesel. Good evening. Cents per mile. I like that name. Like that name. CJ Hudson in the house. Mark M next week. Weather going to be all kinds of jacked up all over the country. Keep that weather app open all day long. Ooh, that's not what I want to hear. I hope that Pacific Northwest is good to go. We're doing a maiden voyage on a new freight lane out there, and I need it to go well. Cool Truckin says, "What's up? Hey, how you doing?" Gary Bates. TBT. We got all the familiar faces in here tonight. Truck Pilot Nate, Bemenda Boy, Happy New Year. Yeah, I was on time. I was almost a minute late though. I was not paying attention. I just happened to look and said, "Ooh, it's showtime." Come on with it says, "I'm in the shop putting liquid friction laminator in 3 boxes." Yeah, do it. Do it. Let's see how you like it. Make sure they put it in there and don't dump it on the ground or put it in their pocket. Take it home. Dan's Outdoor Adventures. Thanks for coming in, buddy. No desire to be out there with all the idiots. Yeah, New Year's Eve is jacked up. Can you imagine? Every people out there driving drunk, but yet they still can't put down their damn cell phone, so they're driving drunk, messing with the phone. Ah, Gary Bates says safety meeting. Oh crap, Gary! I forgot to do a December safety meeting. I will knock that out tomorrow. I promise. And then I'll have to still do one for January. Jackknife TV. I'm going to the Hammered. I'm on my fourth whiskey sour. I just got just a tiny little bottle of Tito's handmade vodka here, and a little bit of Diet Mountain Dew. We're just having some New Year's Eve libations. Not trying to get all kinds of messed up, but hey, it's a holiday, right? I worked Christmas, so I need to kick back a little bit here on New Year's. Russell Freight Services. Hey, DIY headed from San Antonio to Baytown to Ottawa, Kansas. All right. Hopefully it's warm for you. All the 2022 tears. Yeah, no kidding. We'll get some out. We'll shed some tonight. With both feet, I'm looking for a good gym membership deal. Yeah, that's isn't everybody about New Year's Day. Come on, when it says I've seen 3 Lowe's 5-gallon buckets on the shoulder in the past few days. I blame Cash for that one. I got nothing to do with that. Nuts and Bolts in the house says greetings to everyone live from the ATL. Blessings for the new year. Long time listener, first time catching a live. Well, thank you for catching this live. Do it again. Do it often. I'm headed to Little Rock and back to Tulsa tonight. These people drive like idiots every night. It's not usually any worse on amateur night. Yeah. RBK says I'm probably not going to truck until early March. Good for you, man. Good for you. As long as it's voluntary. Hey, if you're stacking $100 bills so you can take a couple months off. Good for you. John Connolly in the house. Evening all. Thanks for coming in. Dirty Diesel. Any recommendations for companies on first commercial loan wanting to buy out my lease purchase truck? Let me tell you something. This is something I would not ordinarily say, but a guy that I work with on some things just did a finance deal that I would have ordinarily said don't ever do. He has a Discover card, and Discover sent him an offer. What did they say? $30,000. Total payback was $33,000 for what was in like 3 years, over 3 years. And I'm like, that's pretty damn good, considering today's market. Plus, it's a truck loan. They don't care if it's a truck loan. They don't care what it is. But I'm like, and I called the dealer where I bought those Macs from. I'm like, what are you guys hitting people for interest right now? He's like, we're still at 20%. I'm like, Discover card, here you come. So get yourself a Discover card, man. You might be able to snag that deal. I cannot believe I'm saying that. Trust me. It hurts me to say it as much as it does you to hear it. But there's some deals out there like that right now. But make sure you read the details. Like, if you lay down a payment, do they jack it up to 29%? Is there a balloon payment? But looked it over, and it was all legit. And he already made his first payment. What he did was he traded in his truck, got a different one, and then the balance he put on that Discover loan. Look into that. But otherwise, companies on first commercial loan, truck loans are tough. I'm not going to lie, truck loans are risky. Truck loans are high interest. They always have been, even before this, but even more so right now. They're high interest, and trucks are still overpriced. So you're going to get hosed. I would try to get like a personal line of credit with your bank or credit union. Even if it's not the perfect percentage rate, still going to be cheaper than a truck loan. Try it. Who cares? Hey, don't worry about your business credit or corporate credit. Get the best loan you can. And then you'll be better off. It's going to be cheaper. Get something where you can use the loan for whatever purpose, like Some people use a home equity line of credit, you know, um, a personal line of credit. Then you can use it for whatever you want. They won't even know it's for a truck, and they're not going to gouge you. But that's where I would start. Some good places to start. Hell, I don't know. Maybe there's some competitors offering that similar deal as Discovered right now. Um, I don't know. Uh, Cents per mile says we're basically neighbors. I live by the Madison area. Happy tax season. Happy tax season to you, my friend. Yeah, we're still a good distance apart, but we're pretty close. Pretty close. Cash is king. Look who made their way in, and look who's sipping king coffee mug. That would be me. Here, let me put cash in my mouth. 1 second. Mm, tasty, tasty. He says I'm down at the Flying J working on a 3-year gearbox special myself. You doing that in the back row? Uh, how much does it cost for a 3 gearbox special at the Flying J? Gary Bates, my new driver, might be on the road later this week. Congratulations. Jerome Jones is trying to lose weight, not gain. Hey, I say go against the grain. Everybody trying to lose weight for a New Year's resolution. You go ahead and pack on a few pounds, right? Who wants to be like everybody else? No, besides, nobody likes a loser. Oh, TCU is beating Michigan like a rented mule. Yeah, I saw that earlier. Snorlord's back. There you go. R. McGuire in the house is sub. Congratulations on the big accomplishment there, Mr. Maguire. Ooh, missed that. Sorry, Mark M. $20 super chat. Appreciate it, Mark M. Here to warm up the tip jar. Well, thank you. Happy New Year to you. Chief Freight Hauler says home since the 10th. I guess I better get back to work next week. All right. James Wilson, Happy New Year. Oh, man, I was almost caught up on the comments. Come on, what it says, new U-bolts on rear end stretch and should be retorqued after 10,000 miles. I tell the shop to get as tight as they can. What did they think? Yeah, 10,000 miles, a good break in, and then do it, a couple times a year. I don't know what the spec is on it. I think mine were right around 600 pounds for the Freightliner, but make sure they get them good and tight. Yes, they do stretch, and I'm not even a fan of reusing them. So if you got to put a new spring in there or something, uh, whatever you got to do, I like to just put new U bolts in because some things do stretch, especially if somebody takes 1,000 pound torque, air gun to it. You're stretching them dang threads, man. Dirty Diesel, I'll look into Discover. Appreciate it. I'll definitely be doing some research. Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying that, but I'm normally kind of not a don't use the credit card thing, but it's more of a loan, I guess, from Discover Financial or something. I don't know. If your maiden voyages to the Pacific Northwest is the Puget Sound region, it's rain all next week, which means most likely snow on all the passes. Oh, yeah, I'm sending a guy out. He's going to Denver and then up to Billings and then Spokane and then over to a few stops in the Seattle area. So we'll see how that goes. First run with this new lane here for customers. So interesting. Um, so Dirty Diesel signed up as a member. Oh, thank you. That's pretty cool. Where we at? Where we at? Sorry, I lost my spot. With both feet says I should be westbound near Jerome, Idaho at midnight, dodging drunks. Snow in the forecast too, just for added fun. Man, be careful. Be careful. Stuart, the hobby trucker. Thanks for coming in. What's happening? Happy New Year. Oliver 880. I got a bunch of cash. Should I go out and buy a truck? uh, probably not. Unless are we talking like a brand new Toyota Tundra or maybe a brandy new Chevy? I don't know. I'll take one of those. Trucks, as far as semi trucks, man, they're getting cheaper. I just patience, grasshopper. Patience. You're gonna steal a truck. 10 minutes in and we're already at sick jokes. that's right. Hey, it ain't just ain't a live stream without it. Is it minty flavored? That's a Cash's King coffee mug. It is not. Tastes like uh, you know, it tastes like if you got the driver's seat wet and rang it out in a cup, kind of tastes like that. Freight trucking in the show. All right. R. McGuire is at home working my way through a bottle of Crown. I am working on these last few sips of Tito's vodka. Just enough. Just enough. Barry says, "Hot dang, that's a pretty hood truck." We'll get to that. I better get my story started here. I'm just trying to get caught up on the comments. Wheelburner says, "Hey, what's going on in here? Happy New Year, everyone! Happy New Year to you. Great video you put out there. Happy to share that." Cassius King said, "Okay, that deal is through Discover Personal Loan. Okay, there you go. And I don't know how long you got to be a member or a customer. I don't know, but look into it. Maybe they'll give it to you as a promo. As a promo. Um, Happy New Year, Wheelburner. Cassius King says, yes, Discover has an actual bank that they issue the personal loans through. Okay, okay. Alrate 80 says, I bought a 2022 F-150 in January. Can I pay cash? I got 15,000 miles on it and want a new one already. Oh, come on now. I think you're going to see those would come down in price too. Think about all those trucks that have been waiting for them chips and stuff, and they flood the market. How are they going to sell all of those, right? With both feet, who passed you off sending a poor driver on that run? Uh, they were volunteered and were very excited to do it. Nomadic Brit, jeepers, $99 super chat. Here's to the future, Adam. Thank you, sir. That's awful nice of you. Appreciate it. Okay, yeah, the hood truck. Okay, well, I'm caught up in the comments. I'll jump in and out of the comments here as we go, but let's back all the way up to January 2022. Where was I at in January 2022? I was here, and as far as my company and stuff, I was at the was I at six trucks at that time, right? January did not start off so great for 2022. Uh, I don't know if I talked about this in the past. I talked about some of it, but right away in January, I had one of the guys that was lease purchasing truck from me, saved up enough money and paid the truck off, and he paid it off within 6 months. I guess he had saved up enough to pay it off. Wrote me a wrote me a check like December 27th. He was up here, a few days later. I had the title ready for him. I had it all signed. I had the bill of sale made out and stamped paid, and I handed it to him. Sent him with a load of potatoes down to Indiana. And he went to Indiana and delivered it, and I had him coming back. I was going to meet him at Madison or something, I don't know, and give him, switch loads and give him another one. And he calls me part way back, and he says, and you're going to have to go all the way to Indiana. I just wrecked the truck. I'm like, oh, and this was the blue truck I made the video about. Where I'm going, what happened? Wrecked the truck, totaled that sucker. Good bit of damage to the trailer, also. And oh yeah, did I mention it was his birthday too? So he paid off the truck, had a birthday, and wrecked the truck all at once. And I mean, I literally just handed him the title the day before. Oh man, I loved that truck. That was a beautiful truck. That blue Mac. If you haven't seen it, you can go back and see it in some videos or whatever. So that happened. Oh geez, let me catch this here. George McElroy, I appreciate it, man. $20 super chat. Can't thank you enough for introducing me to Fuel Ox and Mud Flap, along with the other helpful things that you do. Graciously share with us. Happy New Year. Cheers to trucking up. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm working on some new things. Working on something big right now. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about it because I might fail. After I fail, I'll tell you about it, or after I pull it off, I'll tell you about it one way or another. But it's going to take some time. So anyway, wrecked the truck right away in January. So I didn't have much of a choice. I had to part company with the driver. Didn't want. I really liked the guy, and it was hard, but it's decisions you got to make sometimes. Long story short, we still work together in some fashion. So hey, things go full circle, and we're still doing some business together in a different fashion. So that happened, and then February rolls around. February's pretty. Let's see. Brought on another guy in February, so then we're 7. No, we're still at 6 because I lost one, gained one, still at 6. March rolls around, nothing too exciting. Fuel's starting to, freight's kind of tapering off. The first couple months, fuel's it's slowly creeping up, and nothing much yet. But anybody remember what the date? Oh, okay. So in March, I bought. What did I do? Anybody remember what month it was that Russia invaded Ukraine? Um, was that March or April? Let me Google that quick here. Let me Google that. Um, okay, come on, Google. February. Okay, so it was February. So I guess back in February, I bought another trailer in February. Um, and then I had 4 more on the line there, and I had February, Marchish. We're talking here. I had made a deal on 4 more trailers, and I was in, the one dealer one day picking up 2 of them, wrote a check for them, and then the next day I flew over to, well, not flew, I drove over to South Dakota, and I'm gonna write a check for 2 more the next morning and start bringing them home. And I'm sitting there, oh geez, wheel burner. Thank you, sir. Super chat. You're a good man doing good things. Thanks for sharing your knowledge around. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. That's Wheel Burner's a good channel too. Everybody check him out. But tonight I'm just sharing my story. Some good, some bad. Everything that happened in 2022. So I'm sitting over at the Loves in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and I wake up the next morning. I'm just going to bobtail up the road and pay for the trailers, take one home. And woke up the next morning, and the world changed overnight. Russia had invaded Ukraine. I wake up and I look at the fuel sign, up there, and fuel's just shooting through the roof, and everybody's freaking out. And I'm like, what have I done? What in the hell have I done? I just spent all this money, and then this happens, right? Who knows what the hell's going to happen when something like that happens, right? So I had to sit there. I sat there for like 2 hours longer than I was supposed to be over there taking care of things. And I just sat there thinking about it. I'm like, what am I going to do? What do I do? Do I go through with this, or should I just leave my deposit and go home? Then I'm like, you know what? It's things like this have happened before. Um, we're in the trucking business. Be in the trucking business, you got to have equipment, right? So I guess I'm doing this. So I went over there and I did it. Um, and that was the first one. The one was a really good trailer. It was a 2017, really low hours, um, good shape. So brought her home. So anyway, I got all 4 trailers here, and I think I did a video on that. Got them for a really good price for being in the middle of that equipment gouging scenario that we were in. And then I started getting them ready, putting them on road. So it's pretty much February, March, uh, April rolls around. April, May. May I put on another driver, so we're up to 7 at that point, plus myself, so that'd be 8. And things are clipping along. Freight rates they're starting to get pretty soft right about that time. We go through weeks of really, really soft, and then we're weeks of, oh, it's not so bad. We're hanging in there. Meanwhile, fuel continues to rise to ridiculous levels, right? So it's starting to get tough with your declining freight rates and your increase in fuel prices, plus parts. We're going through some things of trying to get some parts for Fate Trucking's truck. Got damaged at a dealer. So there's a lot of struggles along the way, and it's just every day is a madhouse. Keep her going, right? So I think in June, I guess it would be June, had the first guy fall off because of fuel prices and rates, and I get that he was able to go back to where he was working before and leased on before and haul contract freight for you know as a bigger company, so they got it like that. You gotta have some consistency, and we're still very good friends. He's in the chat here tonight, but um, so that happened, and then in the next month, July, one of the guys, the newest hire, I had to had to let them go because of some different things that happened. We still talk occasionally, text or whatever. And then the next month I lost another one. So lost three guys this year, and we're still good friends too. It was just the rates and the you come in at a time when it's like printing money, and then all of a sudden it's not like printing money. It's just kind of what trucking was. And I get it. I knew actually I knew it was going to happen. I believe I probably even said that a few times. Like I know what's going to happen here when things turn, and I can't be mad at it. It's what happened. And then you put that with fuel, and it's like, oh, you know, I'm not making you know double what I would as a company driver or whatever. So maybe I'll just do this other thing, and or I'll park my truck and I'll come back to it when if things get better or whatever. Well, kind of knew that's not going to happen. So then it's just me and so three, four other guys, right? So it's basically five, and that's kind of where we've been since, um, and just kind of hanging in there. But when we got to that point, it freed up a little bit of my time and start going out and working out a bunch of other things, and meanwhile trying to build the brokerage. So all I'll say really quick is about the brokerage is it's most of the freight I got has been doing is seasonal. That's okay because I'm stretched very thin with my time. But let me check here my TMS and see what load number I'm on. Um, Year to date, so far I've brokered 77 loads since the time of starting it, and most of that has been since like August. So that's turning out. I'm not making a killing off it. That's okay. It's more to serve the carrier and my customers, and over time it'll just be what it is. And until I have help or somebody to help me do it, I can't really take on more anyway. Paul's continuing to work on that. It's tough right now. So that's really the only update on that. And I've had only a small handful of people participate in that, which is a shame. I thought it was gonna be better, but it is what it is. It's worked out great for those who have participated. Um, so there's that, and then I've just been at that same amount of trucks since July. I am looking to add one if there's happens to be anybody, preferably if somebody's in that Minnesota, Wisconsin, Northern Illinois, Iowa area, and you're looking for a place to lease on and do something. I'm looking to fill some gaps and some stuff I got going on. Need to be willing to go to the East Coast and haul and pull a reefer. Is uh, kind of what it's all about. But that's what I've been doing since. And I sold what I do in I don't know August or so. I mean, I got 5 trucks and I got 10 trailers at a certain point, and I'm like, well, you can obviously see that this market is turning. How about I sell a few of these trailers while they're still worth something, before the price tanks? So I sold 3 of them. I sold the 3 oldest ones because I had upgraded to newer ones with the purchases I got, and it just seemed I immediately found somebody interested, and to be perfectly honest with you, I doubled my money on all 3 of them. So made it a little easier. I hated to get rid of them because they're really good trailers, but they're 2012, so shortly here they're going to be at that 10-year mark where some people are going to get I don't want to load it, it's too old or something like that. But they're such good trailers. Some of the better trailers I had, really, honestly. So I sold those and used the money to uh, pay off the little bit of debt I had accrued. So at that point we're even money, and um, 4 trucks plus myself, and then I have another guy that I do something with. I dispatch him, so I run he own authority. I dispatch him. I don't do much of that, but that's what I've been doing ever since. And about that time, August-ish, in the fall here, the potatoes picked up. That's mostly what my broker freight is mostly. And then we back before things turned really south, we kind of got our foot in the door at this place we were hauling freight for, and some of the drivers are like, okay, that's all right, we'll keep doing that. And some are like, there's better stuff out there, and that's a kind of a pain. But I'm like, do it, just trust me on this, stick with it. Is it perfect? No. I said in about a couple months you're going to be glad you have it, and they got it. You know, now they're like, okay, that's main goal is to get there and do that, right? That's the main goal. So kudos to them for understanding that. Um, um, I'm watching the comments here. I'll come back, but Turbo, um, I see your comment there. Email me if you like. We can talk. That's an area of possibility. DIY at yahoo.com. So anyway, where was I? Oh, and then was it October ish? September, October. I picked up this truck you see here behind me, this 99 Classic XL, which I proceeded to drive home and park in my driveway, and it's been sitting in that exact spot ever since. I've not gotten to that. My orange truck has just needed more and more work, and I haven't even gotten to that. Now my APU needs a ton of work, so I'm not even getting to that. So this is a low priority. I've been driving the gray truck usually every time I go out, the gray Mac 2015. So um, that's been working out, and I feel much more comfortable taking that on long trips anyway. Um, I've been on the road entirely too much the last 2 months, but it's been necessary to fill the gaps. Like in Christmas, I could have stayed home. It's not a big deal. But, the customer we've been trying to work hard to service and get our foot in the door, they needed trucks. They could have done without us. They could have went and found another one. I didn't want it that way. I wanted it our trucks because, I know what it's like. Sometimes you let somebody else get a toehold in there and they weasel you out. So I wanted it to be us. So I went and worked Christmas. And whenever there's a like next week, this Friday or next Friday, I might be one truck short out there. So I might hop in the truck and go do it again. I can't be doing that. I need to be here, run the business, but sometimes it's necessary. What else? What else did we do? Um, Working on some new stuff for the new year, but that's not really a topic for tonight. Okay, so what? Looking back, I remember having the conversation with Paul from Freight Connect probably about this time last year, and he was like, "Hey, people were asking what are your goals for 2022? What's the new year going to bring for you?" And I remember specifically, um, I had two things to say. Number one is uh, I want to see if I can hire a company driver this year. Well, I failed at that. I had a couple opportunities, but it just being a small carrier. Let's be honest. Six, five, six trucks. That's small. That's small time, right? You don't have a lot going on, right? You don't have a lot of. If you're a bigger carrier, you can take on guys that want to be home every night, home every weekend. Hey, I need this, I need that. You can meet these. You can meet these demands and goals, right? I had a couple people, but they're like, hey, I like to be home every weekend, which I don't have a problem with. But if I can't facilitate it, I ain't gonna take you on because you're just gonna be mad at me and quit. Then what good did it really do? Would I like to work up to having something like that? Absolutely, absolutely. But no promises I can't fill because I hate getting yelled at or having people be unhappy. So I didn't do that. And plus, um, being able to drive a manual, honestly, there's not a ton of people out there that can drive a manual anymore. And the three trucks that I have that would be available are all manuals. So that's not going to work. And then just, two of them are older trucks, and I'm not going to put somebody in an older truck because they they need constant fixing, right? And I don't want to be in the shop every other day, with something this don't work or that don't work. A wheel burner needs a wrench, he's right, and I gotta get in here and be the one to give it to him. Um, Let me do that quick. I'll see if anybody else needs a wrench. Let me know. Um, Dang it. Add. There we go. Add moderator. There you go. Wheel burner. There's the wrench. Stuart. I will give Stuart a wrench too. Um, Anybody else? Let me know. Oh, Snorlord OG needs a wrench. Okay. Does the original Snorlord have a wrench? I don't even know. I hope so. So where are we at? We're up to goals. Okay. Well, the other. Oh, so do I want to make that one of my goals for 2023? I don't know. I don't know. I have some other things. We'll get back to that maybe in the next one. What was my other goal for 2022? Uh, I succeeded at. My only other thing I wanted to achieve was I was I looked at Paul and I told him I want to still be here because it's and that sounded like a cop out or like something cheap or stupid to say, but knowing how much what the failure rate is in this business, especially when you try to grow, like you outgrow your wallet or outgrow what you can, your the time or resources you have to give, and you're gone. Plus, we knew this downturn was coming. Paul and I had talked about it a lot, and nothing special about me that says I can survive this or can't survive it, just like anybody else, right? So we started kind of preparing for it. One of the things was to, go into it with little or no debt. That's made a ton of difference, right? So the second goal was to still be here. Here I am. I was trying to find a quick Elton John "I'm Still Standing" clip to put in here, but I brought up the video and it just reminded me of the '90s, and then I felt a little weird about myself, so I didn't do that. Um, so that was really the only two goals that I had for 2022. So I'm 50 on that. I wanted to do more with the YouTube channel, but hey, it's been tough since taking on all these additional responsibilities. Um, we'll see where all that goes. Let me go. Now I'm really behind in the comments, and we'll continue. But let's see what y'all have to say. Once again, thank you, Wheel Burner. Thank you, Nomadic Brit, and everybody else. That's too kind of you. Nuts and Bolts says hit the like, everyone. Yeah, appreciate that. Uh, Happy New Year to the most insightful trucking channel. Oh, jeepers, thanks. What channel is that? It certainly isn't this one. uh, Nomadic Brit, Wheel Burner Express will be jumping in later to your friends live. Okay. Um, who else, who's going live a little later? Am I stepping on somebody? Am I about to lose half of you? Come on with it. Says I leaned down yesterday to get into a gas station cooler and ripped my pants. Woo! I was walking around across the parking lot in a truck stop once, and my pants fell down to my ankles. So I got you beat. Didn't have my belt tight enough. Hit the like button, folks. Thank you. Nomadic Brit says I had a message this morning that made me realize that I need to be above the drama that we spoke on and be me and pass on good karma. Well, there you go. That's some 2023 stuff right there. Um, Russell Freight Services says I'll be adding a second truck in 2023. Congratulations. Good for you. Somebody asked for me to do a video on how to lease on an owner operator, and I'm going to do that. I just made a video before I went live here tonight with the Connecticut highway use tax. I'll try to get that posted. I don't know if it's a good idea to post a video tomorrow. Nobody's going to be watching. Everybody's going to be hungover and in bed. So maybe I'll just post that Monday. Well, that's a timing thing. I'm a little late with that anyway. Insult Investor says, yo, yo, yo. How you doing, buddy? Kelly Patterson in the house. Thank you. Turbo says, I'm willing to lease on. I'm in East New Jersey. Okay. Trucking to Fitness. Hello, everyone. Sorry you're late. Hey, we forgive all, late fee, whatnot. Karma is going to come back to you times 10, Nomadic Brit. Okay. Oser says, what kind of reefer unit trailer do you think is the best kind of trailer to buy if you were looking to buy a new or used trailer? How many hours on the reefer? We got a lot of matters of opinion tied up in this. I'm gonna give mine, right? Somebody else's opinions are theirs. I'm just speaking from my experience. Okay, let's start instead of what I would buy. Let's start with what I would not buy. For the uh, box itself, I don't want a Hyundai, and I don't want anything made by Vanguard, CIMC. I don't want those. Okay, uh, Hyundai is I'm lukewarm on. I'm not dead set against. Vanguard, I am dead set against. I have pulled many Vanguard dry vans, and they do not. The quality is not there. I'm sorry, it's not there. Okay. So that leaves what? Wabash, Utility, Great Dane. As far as I'm concerned, you can't really go wrong with any of the three. As far as like, I like the Great Dane for the rear structure. That rear structure around the doors in the frame is, to me, it's just the strongest and the most superior. It's the most well built. If you follow one down the road, you don't see a lot of this, waggling, where some of the others you will. That can also be due to the age of the trailer and the abuse and whatnot. But um, so anyway, that with the box, and then let's talk about the running gear. I want a Hendrickson. I don't want a Meritor or any off-brand. I want a Hendrickson running gear, and I like the what the heck is it called? The Track system. Is that the tire inflation system that they got? Is that what it's called? I believe so. It's it will let air out as well as put air in. The other ones will only put air in, unless somebody makes a different one that I don't know about too. But I like that system. Um, Air ride. I want air ride. Um, the aerodynamics package. I prefer the skirts. And if you want something on the back doors, I like the wings. I used to run the wings, but just too much damage. Too much damage. So I don't do wings anymore. Can do the foil, whatever, air tabs. That's a good option. Like that new aerodynamic bumper. Like that. Um, Going up to the unit, um, Carrier or Thermo King. Well, either one is going to do a great job, right? Carrier is lower maintenance, lower repair cost, a simpler unit, um, and that 7500 is a beast. It's a good higher capacity unit. The 7300 is a great unit too. They both are. I own both. They both do a great job. They're a little bit louder than the Thermo King. You can do a little bit of things to quiet it down with the insulation package. It's going to be naturally a little bit louder. The common problems with the Carrier unit is exhaust manifolds crack. Not a huge deal. You'll start to hear a little tick. Sometimes you'll get a little black along the back of the wall of the unit. They can be replaced. You got to pull a unit off to do it. If you can do it with the unit on, I don't know. I don't know anybody that does, but $1,000 roughly to replace that. The electronics in the Carrier is not quite as sophisticated as the new Thermo Kings, as the Precedent series, which is, in my estimation, is better because I own both. Okay, so that's the Carrier. Thermo King. I'm talking about the Precedent series. S600, S700, great cooling units. Fuel efficient. So is the Carrier's fuel efficient. The Thermo King is quieter. The electronics are more sophisticated. So when you have a problem, you have a bigger problem. It can be harder to diagnose. It can take a lot more diagnosing. And the S series Precedents have an EGR. So when it comes time to do the service on the unit, you have to take apart the EGR and clean the soot out of it manually. That adds it almost triples the price of the service for the unit. They're both 3,000-hour service intervals with the Carrier or the Precedent. I get my Carrier serviced for about a little under $300 if I don't do it myself. And I just had one of the Precedent serviced, and it was $700, and that's cheap. The dealers get way more than that, but I got a reefer guy in the area that does a great job. He does a better job than the dealers. So there's that. The S series is California compliant forever, so that can be a plus if you go to California. They also make the C series, which is California compliant from 7 years from the date of manufacture. And then the Carriers will be California compliant from 7 years from the date of manufacture. So if that plays a part in your plans, then maybe the Precedent S series is the way to go. What else? On my Carriers, I've replaced alternators, starters, batteries, and in one of them I'd had to replace the drive coupler, where the engine and the compressor, connect. There's a blue nylon coupler in there. That's a I don't want to say a wear issue, but it's a common thing that after 10,000 plus hours, they uh they tend to go out. You can catch that ahead of time if you start seeing little blue nylon pieces laying in your bottom pan in there somewhere. That's the drive coupler. Excuse me. I've not replaced a compressor in either one of them. Um, what else? So then it comes down to preference. Some people, noise level is all that matters. It's a number one, and in that case, you're probably going to want the Thermo King. Um, to me, cost of operation, the reliability, um, seems like the carrier's a little bit better. So it's like I said, personal preference plays a part in a lot of it. It really does. Um, so hopefully that gave you some things. I don't know what's important to you. Barry Harbison says, solid business decision. You're still set for success when the volume returns, but not saturated with equipment that loses value. Yeah, yeah. It was a time to capitalize, and so I did. I didn't gouge. I was still way cheaper than like that. Those three trailers were identical. They were within 1,000 hours on the unit of each other. Uh, I sold them for 30,000 a piece, and I was still seeing them in the truck paper for close to 40. So I don't feel like I hurt anybody's feelings. The same guy bought all three of them, so he must have thought it was a deal, and deal for me. So win-win. Bull of the Woods says Happy New Year's. Well, thank you. You too. Um, everybody keeps saying Nevada's in here. I don't see his name. That's weird. Or is he using a different name? Because I'm not seeing it. I'm missing something. Um, Mark M says, well, with the way things are going with fuel and part shortages, it's not good to keep around old reefers. They will eat your profit with bad insulation and small breakdowns. Yeah, yeah, they can do that. They can do that. And, you're going to use more reefer fuel with the older insulation, losing an R value. The running gears were top notch, though, man. They were in great shape. Um, Harvey says, do you prefer older used trucks instead of new trucks? They both have their place, man. If you're newer in the industry, you don't have a lot of knowledge or mechanical ability, you're probably gonna not want an older truck because it'll eat you up. If you got to take it in the shop for everything that's wrong with it, it's gonna eat your lunch. So you can make a case that they're reliable, but yeah, old parts are old parts. The old things need fixing. So I own both. Not really partial to either, actually. Snorlord says, and then in December, Adam and I became friends, and his life will never be the same. Yeah, I got to grow a long beard now and learn to play the guitar. Nomadic Brit says, I met Adam last year, and he's extremely tall. Am I extremely tall? I don't know. I'm just seems normal to me. Probably all the people I've met from YouTube, they've never really kind of been the height I thought they were. Like Cash is way taller than what I thought he would have been. Like he and I are about the same height. He might be half inch taller than me. I don't know, but we're pretty doggone close. Am I a 7-foot cowboy? I am not. I'm not a 7-foot cowboy. Haboonster says New Year's goals. I tell you what, let's do that in the next live stream, so I don't muddy the waters. I need to think about that. I don't really do resolutions. I don't focus too hard on um, like minute things like goals. I don't want to set anything very specific. Like last year's, like I said, it was to hire a company driver, which I didn't do, and the other goal was to still be here. Now, that's a very vague goal, but looking at the big picture and what goes on around you, it's no small task. It's really not. In the business world, most businesses, not just trucking, but most businesses fail in the first year. Statistic, and then after 5 years, like 80% of the ones that are left are gone. So, wheel burner, we got you a wrench. The insult investor, that's how you keep from getting carjacked these days. Drive a stick. There you go. There you go. Who needs a club? Just put a clutch in there, right? Um, Stuart says, really, is it that hard to find someone who can drive a stick? I could tell you stories about that. You also get lied to sometimes, right? Believe it or not, when truck drivers tell you they can do something, now who would have thought, right, that a truck driver would tell you that they can do something that they can't really do? Transmissions are expensive. Clutches and transmissions are expensive, and I'm tired of paying for expensive things. So I thought just doing road tests, I thought I was going to lose the transmit. There may be permanent damage to the transmission in my orange truck due to one particular road test. And let's just say, um, you know, I thought the engine only went up to like 2,500 RPMs. I'm sure it goes higher than that. It shouldn't. Jeepers cripes. Uh, yeah. Aboonster says, no wrench till I'm driving like a pro, you guys. You don't have a wrench? You're a channel member. You needs to have a wrench. Let me fix that. Let me fix that. Um, where you at? Now I gotta find you. Does Cool Truckin' have a wrench? Yes, he does. Velox, does he have a wrench? He does now. Nevada, there you go. Boy, I gotta go way back to find. Well, next time you come up in the chat here, I'll get you. I'll get you. Russell Freight, I'll be adding truck number 2. That's awesome, Russell. Is that a company driver or is it a contractor? What are you doing over there? Um, yeah, respect, sir. Absolutely. Mark M says, Stuart, the hobby trucker. Oh, yeah, it is. The rate of driver turnover in the driver schools using automatics that puts a restriction on your CDL pretty much guarantees nobody can drive a stick. It's getting tough. Yeah, I'd say most of the people that came into the industry in the last 5 years or so, it's probably a small percentage of them that have driven a manual transmission. Um, and I don't want to teach that on my dime. Yeah, I have a 18 Kenworth T680 and I'm buying a Pete next. Ooh, there you go. There you go. Bear Harbison says, I want to drive the Classic. You pay the fuel bill. I'm pretty sure I can pull 7 out of that thing. I got a buddy that just bought, well, didn't just about a month ago, bought a 2016 W900 Icon. This is a pretty truck. It's got a custom Jones hood on it with the louver on the top. Pretty sweet. And then it's got some other things on it from Jones Performance. It's black with a green metallic lime green stripe down the side. I mean, I'm not into much for looks of trucks, but this thing just is pretty sexy. Anyway, it's got a C15 cat in it. It was a glider, and he's pulling 7.5 miles a gallon with that thing. And it is not. It's had everything done to it to worsen the aerodynamics. It's got this goofy ass airfoil up on top. I mean, um, yeah, doing really well. So it can be done. You can pull good fuel economy out of some of these trucks. And this one, I think, if driven right, I think could probably get that. But I like I might turn that into a weed burner. Maybe I don't know. We'll see. Because I'll be honest, those loud pipes right next to your head, a full day of that, I think, is going to give you a headache. Gonna give you a headache. Excuse me. Mark M says a metric ton of nice classic trucks will be scrap metal here soon since nobody new can drive a stick. They also have no idea why someone wants a 99 engine. Yeah, yeah. I remember when Werner was the only one with the electronic logs and they use it as a selling point, like, oh, no more of those pesky paper logs. And some people were like, yeah, that's great, man. I never really understood that, you know. So you guys in here that have been around a long time will understand that too. I got my eyes on a 2017 long nose Peter. Ooh, how about that? Oh, there's Nevada. Okay, got Happy New Year. Oh, Happy New Year to you. Um, Wheelburner says driving a manual is going to become a dying art form. We're, I believe we're already there. I believe we're already there. Like if you want a Volvo or a Mac, you want to order it new. I believe you have to special order it if you want a manual transmission. I don't think there's one that comes off the assembly line with a manual anymore. I could definitely be wrong on that. With both feet says goals. Meet with both feet in person. Check that off. Yeah, get picked up at the airport from with both feet. Sporting a wheelchair and a funny looking sign. Absolutely. Appreciate that. That was really nice. But with both feet picked me up at the airport when I went out to buy this truck right here. This truck. Wallace Ober says, sounds like you need to talk to Like Trucking and copy what he is doing to get you to the next level. Also, so you can be of help to him with becoming a broker. I think he already has a brokerage, if I'm not mistaken. I don't really know. I don't really know a ton about that. I know he's got the trucks and stuff, and doing that deal over there. Um, yeah, definitely. Russell Freight, I'm toying with the idea of what, hiring a driver. Really? Stewart says maybe then we'll make stick cheaper to buy. I think eventually it's gonna, when you can't sell it to three-quarters of the market, who are you gonna sell it to? I like the look of that Freightliner Classic. Yeah, it's not. I mean, the paint isn't quite as what you would think from the picture. It's pretty good. Um, it's not bad. Uh, I think it's going to be a lucrative business to convert classic trucks to autos, and drivers will buy them to go owner up and still have paper logs. But new drivers won't know how to do paper logs, and who's going to be able to teach them? Because there's nobody going to be around that can teach them either. They certainly don't teach it in truck driving school, man. Definitely. Uh, Adam's lawn ornament. Yeah, yeah. I think I saw a mouse crawling out of it the other day. Uh, I saw a mouse running away from it. I can say that. So I better rectify that. Got a squirrel living in my shed too. Need to catch that sucker. Truck and pilot Nate says I resisted the urge to put my truck back on the road under my authority in 22. This LTL job is just too easy. I'm glad I resisted. Yeah, I know a lot of people. I was talking to a dude on the phone yesterday. It's making like 2,400 a week as a company driver. Like, how the hell are you doing that? That's that's really good money. Makes it hard to justify buying a truck. Ampersand man, I had to learn how to drive stick so that I could get into the business without carrying a $1,500 truck payment. Yeah, $1,500 a month would motivate me to drive a manual. TBT says we be trucking. Okay, the mail must go through. Apparently not at my house. I stopped. I don't get much mail anymore on Saturdays. Sometimes they just don't come. Russell Freight, I'm only 25-year-old owner op. Hey, congratulations. And adding that second truck, that's a big deal. It's a big deal. Um, yeah, much respect. Come on when it says, Russell, you're in a great place. DIY semi knows all. No, hey, you need to know about the different buffets and the high caloric intake places on the road. We could probably help you there, but know all, I do not. Cents per mile says each year I set a goal to make at least 50K more than the previous year. Damn it, you're going to be rich. Let me see. What is that about? Yeah, you're making $1 million a year in a couple of years. Come on. Glad we're neighbors. Maybe I can get a piece of that. Uh, Shannon Thomas Trucking says, congratulations, Russell Freight. Yes, congratulations. Southbound 3000 says, my temp gauge bounces back and forth. Change the gauge, change the thermostat. Any idea, Freightliner Coronado? Probably got a loose wire, probably a loose ground wire or something. I mean, is it just doing this where it's just little ticking, or is it doing this? All over the place. It's this. You probably got just a loose wire or loose ground or something somewhere. Chief Freight Hauler says Tire Max Pro. What are we talking about? The Tire Max Pro. What's that all about? Tell me about it. Russell Freight says I made over 200K this year. Good for you. Even better for you if that's net. Holy cow. In which case, I'm going to need a personal loan. Come on, it says I would check electrical. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, especially since it's a Coronado. That's probably a glider. Yeah, somebody's been tinkering and whatnots with that. Super singles. That's also a matter of opinion. Some people love them, some people hate them. Tire Max Pro. Okay, there you go. That's the name. That's the name. Thank you. Super singles. Yeah, I have both. Part of the reason I have both is, this earlier this year when I was looking at trailers for the same trailer, same hours, everything, it was literally $8,000 cheaper for a trailer with super singles than it was for duals. $8,000 is a lot of money. So two of them, however, have the P spindles, so I can switch them to duals at any point that I care to, and then two of them do not. So yeah, I haven't. If you keep up on the tires, and don't let them get worn down to the point where you got to be concerned about it. I'm not too concerned about one blowing, to be honest with you. Uh, Take care of them. I mean, obviously, if you run something over in the road or hit something, it's different. But just as a tire failure, haven't had any issues yet. Um, Stuart says, if you got a good forklift, they're easy to change them manifolds. Yeah, you can just loosen the unit and just swing it away a little bit. Cool Truckin' says nothing older than 10 years old. The condition and make are the most important. Good floor and nothing over 15,000 hours on a reefer with a carrier unit. Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about hours. You asked about hours. Um, the oldest reefer unit I saw chugging along had 42,000 hours on it. That was run time. I'm sure a compressor had been replaced, and she was loud as hell, but that thing was still chugging along. Yeah, 15,000 is a good benchmark. I consider anything less than 10,000 hours to be pretty low hours. Yeah, I don't worry about having to replace a compressor till in these newer units like 20 to 25,000 hours. They seem to be pretty good. You're going to go through some starters, some alternators, probably a water pump. Uh, these things are normal. Batteries. I like to run the Odyssey battery, the AGM. They're about almost $500 a piece, but them suckers just last, and they can handle the cold much better than a lead acid battery. So if you got a reefer, especially in a bigger fleet, or reefers tend to sit a lot, right, or sometimes run for weeks, perhaps. That AGM battery is going to take the cold better than a lead acid. They also have a deeper reserve capacity. Mark says the best trailer is a Great Dane, all aluminum beams and fixed spread axle duals, full length, 3 rows of E-tracks and LED lights, carrier unit 7500, Orbicom satellite, corner air chutes, 150-gallon tank. There you go. That's how Mark spec them out. Great Danes, not quite as much with the newer ones, but the older ones for sure were heavier than the utility. They used to say a rule of thumb was like 1,000 pounds. Not quite that much heavier anymore, but used to have a lot more uprights in a Great Dane, especially towards the front of the trailer. I don't know if they are now using less or utility is using more. I don't know, but I have one Great Dane, and it's about 900 pounds heavier than utility of the same specs. So, but it was my favorite trailer. Other than it had a Meritor running gear under it, and I hate that. But other than that, this was my best trailer. Until it got wrecked. Sean says, "Hey, do you think the trucks carrying the cargo to the Union Pacific to the train area? Do I think they what? Do I think they what? I don't know. Come on, what it says? I'll give you butterflies. What's up with that? You feeling a certain kind of way about me or what? You know, nothing is nothing a stack of $100 bills can't fix. I'm sure. Trucking to fitness. Damn, trucking is a lot of headache. The more you explained about units, steering wheel holder for 20 years. Uh, yeah, but I mean, hey, what else you gonna do? You know, what else you gonna do all day and all night except for think about reefer units and trailers and refrigerated freight, all kinds of things, right? Uh, Nevada says we are under mail runs. Okay. Stewart says he is wrenched as well. Okay. If anybody, uh, see, the thing about StreamYard is when I look at the comments, can't see who has a wrench and who doesn't. If I want, and you can't give out a wrench in StreamYard, you got to do it on your phone. So I got to look at my phone to see who has a wrench and who does not. And for some reason, the YouTube on the phone lags like minutes behind StreamYard. So it's all kind of weird. Cool Truckin says cost me $1,800 to change the drive coupler. It went out under a minus 10-degree load. Ooh, yeah, I changed one. I think they got me for 1,200, but it was on a 50-degree load, and it was like 58 degrees outside. So we kind of got away with one there, and it actually died right in the shipper's driveway at a Walmart. What are the odds of that? So all the driver had to do was flip, turn it off, turn it on, back again on to get that green light for just a couple minutes, and then make his way to the dock and get unloaded. We got really lucky there. Got really lucky. Come on with it says I gave other people a ride and they were like, "Oh my god, it's fast." What do you got? A Hellcat there? Come on with it. Is that what you got? Sean says I am also a live streamer too. Okay. Uh, Velex in the house is watching football, but I wanted to hop in and say hello. Well, hello. Did Michigan end up getting their asses handed to them? I was kind of hoping for a Big Ten national championship game, but looks like that's not going to happen. I'm not so sure Ohio State can beat Georgia either. Yeah, that explains why my mail is running late. Shame on you, Nevada. Definitely. The truck's carrying the cargo to the train, right? And it heads to the rail yard. Also, the trucks were there too. And then the train drop off the container. Yeah, but I don't understand what about it though. In the company, I don't understand your question. I'm sorry. I might have missed something. Baylock says, "Hope you had a Merry Christmas." Absolutely. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. I got a bottle of vodka for Christmas. Yeah, but it's an autographed bottle from. It's not this one. It was a former Green Bay Packer, Leroy Butler, has his own vodka brand, and he autographs every bottle, I think, or unless they bought it and went and had him autograph it. But hate to even open it. Kind of purty. Kind of purty. Do you work for the Union Pacific Company of the railroad or the trucks? I don't do any. I'm not involved with the railroad. Sorry. Mark M says, if it wasn't under a load, you're right, over revving the engine. Oh, that was past red line. That was a holy crap. We almost needed a new motor type thing. Come on, it says I would like you to wear your Cassius King hoodie every live. Oh, I'm not repping any Cassius. Oh, I got the Cassius King coffee mug right here. Now you would think I would have my own, but I do not. My name is Nobody, channel member here. Well, thank you, Mr. Nobody. Appreciate it. Clyde says I don't need a wrench, but I'll take a bag full of 10mm sockets. I lose every one I get somehow. Yeah, I'm gonna steal Cassius King's idea. He said he was gonna make a kit of nothing but 10mm sockets and sell them at Harbor Freight. So I'm trying to beat him to that. Midwest Mike says at our school we only train people on manual transmissions. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder, what other schools do. I know a lot of them are only automatics now. Some driving schools are like heavily recruited out of by like your Swifts and your bigger carriers, and they pretty much say what goes at those driving schools. So if you like an independent driving school, you probably do that. Cheap Freight Hauler says I can drive anything, but my truck is an auto. Okay, I've driven a couple autos. Uh, I don't know. I'm I can go either way. Doesn't really matter to me. I prefer the manual. Uh, Freight says I'll be hiring a company driver, paying 1,500 a week with fuel bonus once a month for fuel mile per gallon. All right, nice. Steve says, Russell, how did you find a driver? Do tell. Do tell, Russell. Ampersand rail transport phased out manuals about 1 year after I started. Okay. Okay. Come on, but it says I've only ever driven a manual. My current one has 1.8 million original miles on it. We floating. Yeah, there you go. There you go. You ain't been through too many clutches then either, probably, have you? Floating on dreams. Okay. Am I staying live till midnight? Oh, that's 4 more hours, dog. That's 4 more hours. What you trying to do to me? What you trying to do to me? BGX says I started CDL school on Tuesday with manual transmission. All right. If I got to stay live for a while, we gotta send stand by a moment. We got to send a link here. Try to get a special guest in here. Let me invite, copy. I got to email it though because I can't text from my computer. Um, there we go. All right, sent the link to a special guest. We'll see if they come in. Madam Special Guest, check your email if you care to participate. Cool Truckin' says, I'll teach paper logs. Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard to learn. But everybody loves a computer nowadays, don't they? Hunter says, I've been making 2,800 average as a company W2 home every day. Still want to buy a truck though. Hunter, can you come a little close to the camera so I can slap you upside the head? $2,800 a week as a company driver, and you're still thinking about buying a truck? I tell you what, before you quit that job, can you hook me up with it so I can just slide right in your place? And then I tell you what, I'll even sell you a truck. I'll make you a deal on a truck. Hell, I'll sell you all the trucks you want. You want this one right here behind me? We can probably do a deal on that. But I'm going to need that $2,800 a week for company driver and be home every day. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Midwest Mike, we teach paper logs up north at our school, train on manuals, and we are swamped with people wanting it. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. I like hearing that. Oh, Trucker Abdullah in the house. Salute. Happy New Year to all. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you. Buying a truck is a great idea. Just a year ago, I was a local guy making $1,000 a week. There you go. But he's making 2,800 a week as a company driver. Man, that's pretty good. We don't want our students to be restricted. We do have an auto, but it's the last resort. Okay, that's good. Wickiffenvidder. Am I saying that wrong? I hope so. That's intentional. Just messing with you, buddy. Got to stay live till midnight to bring the new year in right. I will destroy a new year. I will. I swear. LaShawn says, "Will rates go up?" Rates have been pretty decent over the holiday here. I don't expect them to stay at this level. Look how great things can be when about 30% of the trucks stay home, right? That's what we need right there. That's what we need. We need a whole bunch of people to take an extended vacation. Makes you feel wanted again, right? 2023 is going to have some challenges, but I tell you what, 2023 is going to be up to you. It's going to be what you make of it. It's not going to be without its challenges. Left to its own devices, it'll be a tough year for most people, right? But here's where you find out what you're made of and what you can do to make it better for yourself, right? You're going to find out what kind of leader and entrepreneur and business person you are. It's going to test your skills, and if you're up to the task, you may just have a good year. You might. Um, all that being said, watch now we'll freaking knock it out of the park next year. Just prove me wrong. I'm okay with that. Big Daddy Rob G in the house. Hey, buddy. Thanks. Happy New Year. May 2023 be better for everyone. I hope so. I doggone sure hope so. Cents per mile says no pup tonight. Where that jerky at? Ooh, guess what the doggy got for Christmas? We're talking organic beef jerky. We're talking organic teriyaki beef jerky. We're talking these kind of treats here with, let's see what these are. Dehydrated organ bites, beef liver, heart, and kidney for a stocking stuffer. Yeah, not for me. Thank you. No, she's out in the living room with Mama, taking a rest. David Sharp checking in, was on a breakdown all day. Trans coolant valve on the X15 Cummins is plastic, and it broke at the threads right off. Put me on the side of I-94 all day. That sucks, man. That sucks. Oh, there's the dog right there. She's here to see me. Here you go. Have an organ bite. Ugh, gross. What's the best ELD, and when will rates go up? The best ELD, I don't know. Depends on what you like in an ELD. I like simplicity and cheap because I don't like the ELD in the first place, so I don't want to spend a lot of money on it. But some say Samsara is a good one, has some good features. I run Keep Trucking. It's called Motive now. Actually, I got a good deal for people through Motive. If you're looking for an ELD, they have. I got in the description of all my videos. There'll be a link to Motive, and you'll get your hardware free, and you'll get your first month free if you use that link. And if you call in, give them let's just say DIY Semi or whatever. But if you use that link, yeah, you'll get your hardware free and your first month for free. And then I think I think I get $50. So don't let that make the decision for you. If you think there's a better unit, but trying to put together some discounts on some things you're going to use anyway. If it's not in the description of this video, go back to some of the other ones. It's there. And when will rates go up? Rates will go up when the market is needs them to go up. Either when there's less trucks or there's more freight. Fuel isn't going to have anything to do with it. If fuel goes back up, it's not going to affect rates. It didn't before. We all learned. People thought we were crazy when we were saying that, hey, fuel can skyrocket, rates won't go up. Rates went down. Further evidence do you need that the spot market is supply and demand? Because it is. It's just been absolutely proven in the last 8, 9, 10 months. And we need less trucks on the road, or we need higher volumes of freight, or hey, some kind of another catastrophe like we had a couple years ago. I don't vote for that. I don't want that again. That screwed up our whole way of life. Don't need that again. RJ says I don't. LOL. Okay. Wickif Inverter says I ain't got no wrench. Well, let me fix that. Suppose if I give you a wrench, I got to start pronouncing your name right. There you are. There you are. Trucking with MC, he needs a wrench. He's in here all the time. Ampersand man, he'll get one. George Wilson, he doesn't have a wrench? You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Midwest Mike, he doesn't have a wrench? I'm a terrible host type live streamer. Needs more wrenches. All right. CJ Hudson says TCU won, Ohio State and Georgia tied at 7 in the second. Ooh, Ohio State's holding in there. All right. There's Trucking with MC. What's up, brother? What's up with you? says, I'm late to the live. I apologize. I don't get most notifications for some reason. Yeah, every once in a while, I'll stop getting notifications, turn them back on, and then YouTube plays the game of, hey, let's go through your whole subscription list and turn on everybody's notifications so that, at like 3 o'clock in the morning, you're getting YouTube notifications. And you got it. So I just shut off all notifications. So I hate getting when the phone goes off in the morning. I can't shut it off. Have to have it on. Trucking with MC, the kit of 10mm sockets is already a thing. Got from mine from O'Reilly Auto Parts. Damn it. See? Late to the game. Another $1 million idea somebody else beat me to. Trucking to Fitness says, what's the deal with the wrench after name? This channel is very, when do I come in live? I'm looking to drive for anyone that pays me better than I am now. Texas to Georgia to Florida be great. The wrench just means you're a moderator with the wrench. What, you want one? You want one? I can get you one if I can find your name here on my phone. There we go. There we go. There, now you got you one of them fancy wrenches. When do I come in live? We ain't gonna do a link tonight. We do that sometimes. We put a link in the chat here, but not tonight. Tonight's all about me running my big mouth. Unless the special guest comes in, then that's different. RJ says, ampersand man, when did you drive for rail? I think he's still there. So I'm looking for anyone that pays me better than now. Yeah, if anybody's looking for a driver, hit up Trucking to Fitness. There you go. Mark M says, I haven't lost a single socket or tool. I keep my workspace clean. All my 10mm got the chrome and paint worn off. Dang it. Yeah, I can't say the same. I'm currently missing a really nice 12mm wrench. A ratcheting box end with the flexible end. Can't find it. I think somebody ganked it on me. It's helping somebody replace fix the air conditioning in their bunk, under their bunk, and we had to take the whole thing out and let him use my 12mm like that, and I ain't seen it since. He swears he don't have it, but I know he does. It's in there somewhere. Blake says, community college CDL school teaches manual only here in Scottsboro, Alabama. Great program and free in Alabama right now through the community college system. You can go to free CDL school in Alabama right now. Woo, that's a free license to print money right there, sir. Nice. Ed Cora says, Happy New Year's. I'm always listening. Can't comment sometimes. Always driving. That's okay. We don't want you to take your hands off the wheel when you're driving. Be safe. Be safe. Hunter says, I thought owner-operator was the bee's knees. Well, I mean, hey, it's like anything else. There's good times and bad times. Just like, with your job and stuff. Good times, bad times. If people ain't ever telling you about the bad times, it's only good times. Run. 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 They're lying to you. They're lying to you. Unless, hey, they're just so oblivious they don't know about the bad times. In which case, run. Run. But no, owner op thing, hey, I'm just teasing you, $2,000 a week is good as a company driver, but if it's in your spirit, you're an entrepreneur, you got that feeling that that's just what you need to do. And if you're like, hey, I got to try it once in my life or I'll never know, that's a good reason to try it, man. Do it smart. You only get one opportunity to do it right the first time. Now you can fail and do it right the second time, but you set yourself up nice the first time. That's where it's at right there. Donald says, I did exactly that at FedEx Freight, 70 cents a mile, ran 500 miles a night and home every day. Still glad I have the freedom of not having to have a boss to answer to. Call me 3 times a day. I'll tell you what to do. How about that? Make you answer to me. Are you married? You definitely got a boss to answer to. I know better than that. With both feet says, heck, I own 3 trucks and make $1,000 a week. Wonder what I'm doing wrong. I don't think it does. Hey, you're doing a lot of things right. Trucking to Fitness says, big things popping is my motto for 2023. My motto for 2023 is, hey, At least it ain't 2022 no more. That's my motto for 2023. Trucking with MC says, I'd have to say that's a mighty fine looking hood behind you. Yeah, the rest of the truck ain't bad either, is it? Yeah, come on. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Hunter says, I paid $40K in taxes this year as a company driver. I drive a dedicated lane that pays $1,900 a day, 6 days a week. I have no life, but plenty of money. Yeah, that ain't good either. No balance. I have neither. It's balance, right? Balance in the wrong direction. Come on, but it says I have a Hellcat Red Eye. It's stupid, I know. That's so much fun. They're making the last call Hellcats in 2023. Dodge is going all electric. What? Oh, I'm so tired of this all electric. Talking about being oblivious to what your customers want. These freaking automakers, man. But I know it's government mandates and whatnot. We need a new government. That's what we need. Hellcat Red Eye. Damn it. Be careful, man. Be careful. I know somebody that died. Folks, here goes the neighborhood. We're in a lot of trouble now. We're in a lot of trouble. Oh, I got to switch my speakers. 1 second. Can you hear me now?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can. Does everybody know who this is? This is my kitchen right here. That's the wall in my kitchen right there, and Mrs. DIY. See, now she's a good 30 feet away from me, so she can't swing on me from way over there. How are you this evening?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Are you tired of me holed up in my office ignoring you?
Well, I'm used to it.
Yeah. The dog heard that treat bag rattling. Yeah.
Nope, I got her.
You got her?
Haha. Yep.
Mark M says, invest in a plastic welder and keep some super glue with baking soda in the truck. You can fix about any broken plastic part with good prep and patience. Yeah, I've seen that. Just replaced the original clutch last October with 1.8. Wow. Big Daddy Trucking says, Motive fuel card. Get it. Buy your fuel with Mud Flap through the Motive card. Keeps all your IFTA stuff in one place. There you go. Cents per mile rates are somewhat decent. I just posted a video. Best week I've had so far. 93.50 in 7 days on the spot market. There you go. There you go. So what's going on with you today, ma'am?
I am cleaning house.
Ooh. They say your volume's really low.
I don't know how to change that.
We can live with it. Is the speaker, where's your microphone at?
Well, I thought it was in my...
There it is. It's rubbing on your shirt. Can you clip it to your collar?
Is that better?
Yeah, there you go.
There, we'll try that.
We can live with that. We can live with that. Any big New Year's plans?
I don't know. Where are you taking me?
8:30. Yeah, take that off. It's crackling real bad. Unless it's, I think it was hitting your earring.
Yeah.
There.
Is that better?
Yeah, we can live with that. Where do you want me to take you? I mean,
I don't know. It's 8:30. Your bedtime's 8:25, so probably nowhere.
I mean, I think the dollar menu is probably closed by now, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm sure.
We got coupons for anywhere?
No.
All right. I'm switching to Samsara next year. Hate Motive. Yeah, I don't much either, but I'm cheap. Signed up with Keep Trucking, but since they sold out, I'm switching as soon as my contract is up. Yeah, Motive is annoying. They have too many promotions and stuff. But haha, the pup is spoiled. Yes, you have no idea. Inflation is the problem. Fuel and repairs just killing these small businesses. Right. Going to try PeopleNet. ELD comes with 3 cameras, can help diagnose engine codes and more. Yeah, I think most of them do the engine codes anymore. Yeah. What's the best way to save fuel? Cheapest way to save fuel is slow down. It's free. Doesn't cost you nothing to slow down. Looking to upgrade my CB. What would be your recommendation? You can't go wrong with a Cobra 19, or I have a Ranger, an older one. I don't even know if they make Rangers anymore. It's not the Texas Ranger. It's a regular Ranger. That was a really good CB. Um, Charles Spray, love to your YouTube videos. No drama. We can start some drama. Miss DIY here. She likes to start the drama.
Hey, come on now.
See, like I said, folks, right there. That's what it is. So, what was your favorite and least favoriteest parts of 2022?
Oh boy. Favoritist. Got a promotion at work, I guess.
Is that your favorite though?
I
Or
don't
was that,
know.
or is that your least favorite?
Favoritist for us, I think, is that we were all healthy this year, relatively. I mean, you had minor issues, but that was nothing compared to what other people had going on. So,
Yeah. So the polar plunge is coming up. Are you jumping? To everybody who doesn't know, last year was the first year. Did this polar plunge. It's where a bunch of dumb rednecks get up in the wintertime and jump in some icy water to raise money for charity. Last year it was the temperature outside was 7 below zero and the wind chill is God knows what.
awful.
Yeah, and I got down to my skivvies and jumped in a frozen swimming pool. So raised a bunch of money for the Make a Wish Foundation and trying to get we gotta get Fate Trucking to do it this year. You think we can pull it off?
Yeah, I think we can. Yep.
So everybody go into.
And Cash is going to be the commentator.
Yeah, he's gonna help raise money, but everybody go into Fate Trucking's channel and tell him that you're nominating him, that he's in. He has to do it. That you'll donate a bunch of money if he jumps in the polar plunge. It was a good time, though. It was a good time last year. So, if your promotion was your favorite part of 2022, what was your least favorite part?
Least favorite. It was just a rough year. With like what you had going on. There was a lot of going on.
Also, your promotion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was parts of the year I didn't know who was going to be sleeping on my couch and in the other bed, and it was an interesting year.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. What do you think 2023 holds?
It's going to be better.
Is it?
Yep. I have a lot of faith in you.
Oh, that is poorly placed faith. You know that.
No, it's not.
Oh, where did I leave? I got lost in the comments here. Everybody's saying good evening to you.
Hello, everyone.
So it's end of year, so we're pretty much working on end of year business stuff all day, and for the weekend, that's kind of the goal for this weekend, to get into the next year and not be so far behind right off the bat.
That's kind of what I was doing before I got on. I forgot today's December 31st. So there were a couple returns I had to get done today. So I had to hurry up and do those because I forgot about them.
Yeah. Oh, Chicken Hawk's in here. Thanks for coming in. The New Year's party. Yep. Not much of a party. Jay Sand says, looking to get my own authority and pull containers out of the port. Any advice? I don't know a lot about the container game, but I know a lot about the authority part. And you're either going to have to like doing record keeping and paperwork, or you're going to have to pay somebody else to do it. It's just the way it is. The good news is it doesn't cost a ton to pay somebody else to do it. So it's not so bad, but stack up some money. Going into it with a pile of money, so you have a problem. See, when you have your own authority, there's nobody to bail you out. There's no 1-800-HELP number. It's all you. So just make sure you can stand on your own 2 feet without, having to worry about is the next bad thing going to put me under. Night Ranger in the house says, I jumping in the hot tub that I can afford, listening to DIY advice. Thanks for the savings of the money and all the good info. Happy New Year. Yeah, thanks for participating, stopping in. That's awesome. Hope you guys have a good New Year. Praying for you California drivers having to park tomorrow with 2010 or older trucks. Yeah, I did that. Screw California. That's just one thing after another, isn't it? Truck Pilot Nate, this LTL gig is $3,000 to $3,300 a week. Nice. That's as a company driver. That's really good money. Congratulations. George Wilson says, get a big striker CB. Do they still make strikers? I don't even know. Connex and all that. Mine's a Ranger F-150. Bill Beasley says, I've been driving hot rods since the 80s. I'm safe with it. Okay. That's another lost art, is driving a rear wheel drive car. Not everybody can do that anymore either.
I do recall you getting stuck in the ditch a time or two with the rear wheel drive car. So
I didn't get stuck. I drive that son of a bitch head first into the snowbank. There ain't no stuck about it. There's a high centered on the snowbank teetering like this. If you're gonna put it in a ditch, drive it in. I always say, do it right. I don't want to half-ass it. Big Axe says, just tell Faith there's fish in the pool.
Yes.
Tell them it's like ice fishing except for wetter.
That's
so we're gonna maybe try something different this year with that, because last year we raised 100% of the money went to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. This year we have somebody very close to us going through a very difficult and very harsh medical condition. So we're going to do a little fundraiser and give people the option of which one to donate to. And just, neither one is wrong, neither one is right. It's just wherever your heart is, or you don't have to donate anything at all. You can just hang out and have a good time. I feel a little bit bad about taking some donations away from Make-A-Wish, but hey, everyone as needed, and the help is definitely needed. So we're going to give that a shot this year. JSAN FedEx is a good job. I ran line haul at night for first 5 years. Now I'm city. I think I have it so good I'm bored. Oof, dang it. I did regional with them, and if I weren't planning to move to North Dakota, I was definitely trying to get a local job with them. Okay. So we keep talking about your big promotion. So, not tell everybody where or the details, but what kind of work is it that you do?
I'm a accounting manager at a trucking business.
What does that all entail? Telling people
a lot of taxes, a lot of returns. Yep. A little bit of that. Accounts payable. Licensing fuel.
So you taught me you taught me everything I know, didn't you?
Not really.
Well, I appreciate that. It was very kind of you.
You knew a lot. You knew a lot.
New as in used to, as in past tense?
No,
I know nothing.
Nope. You got her.
Do you enjoy such work?
I like the people.
It's hard, isn't it?
Yep. Gets to be a struggle sometimes.
Yeah. Managing people is the hardest part of any job, really.
Yeah.
Gary Bates with a unicorn chocolate chip cookie emoji, I think. Griff USMC, Happy New Year, Mr. and Mrs. DIY. Appreciate it. Thank you. Jason, insurance, I'm going to need interchange. Progressive doesn't have. Progressive absolutely does have interchange insurance. I don't know who's telling you that, but I have some people that pull my trailers that have Progressive, and they have interchange insurance. So if somebody tells you that, you can say, sir, you are a damn liar, or you can say, sir, you don't know what you're talking about. Jason, Chesapeake, Virginia. Okay. Mark M says, I have a paid off truck, replace everything that's rubber, enough money to rebuild the engine and 6 months of operating expenses. You should be all right if you start like that. There you go. Chicken Talk says it's a party. Special K and I are in the truck working. Gonna park at 10:30 to 4. Let the drunks get home or crash. What about them drunks that went out for breakfast and I'm gonna be home till 6 a.m.? Oh, there's a
No, they're passed out.
Crackers McScallywag with a $5 super chat. Appreciate it. Miss DIY Talks. I assume you mean rocks. Miss DIY rocks. Yes, she does. She does. She keeps yours truly in its place, which is, in my office working. Gonna get me a Columbia and put it on stands and rebuild everything before I start. There you go. That's a big task ahead of you. Mark says owning an MC is more of a mental business. The money will come if you can push through it. True. Come on with it. Have you ever opened your car hood and the engine bay was snow packed? Only like 3 weeks ago when I drove it headfirst into a snowbank. Actually into a ditch. Well, I went through a snowbank and ended up down in the ditch. So if you want to be technical, I was high centered on a snowbank doing this. So every time they tried to pull me out, I'd slide back in. Details. It was a good time though.
Yeah. I was worried you were hurt and you said it was fun. So I was like, okay, whatever.
It was kind of fun. If I'd have had the nicer car, I'd have been a little scared. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I meant I'm going to pay somebody to rebuild it. I can barely change a light bulb. See if you can work with them. Good learning experience for you. Come on with it. Kelly, would you advise a budding accountant to acquire their CPA credentials ASAP, or can it wait?
It can wait. I think you can get a lot of experience now, and I'm not sure you even need that CPA. You might, but if you're looking to go on your own, otherwise, I think you can get a lot of experience without it if you don't have the time or want to do that part of it right now.
Okay. UIIA insurance Progressive doesn't have. Okay, that's a little different than your regular interchange. I don't know about UIIA if they have that or not. Trucking to Fitness. Okay, everyone been on stop break for an hour. Time to get back rolling. Let's all hit the like button on the way out. I'm in on the donation. Let us know. Until good night, drivers. I appreciate it. Kelly, what do you think about enrolled agents? I used one and I like it.
An enrolled agent for taxes?
For taxes, yeah.
I mean, I have no problem with that.
Okay. Progressive has different services in every state. Okay. I've not seen, because all new entrants pretty much are on Progressive, and a lot of new entrants do Amazon. There's Amazon in every state. Haven't had anybody run into yet where they haven't been able to get their interchange insurance for Amazon also. Yeah, I called. They told me no, so now I need some insurance company's advice. I'm hoping less than $30,000 a year. Are you a new entrant? It's going to be hard getting anybody to insure you other than Progressive. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be hard. Okay, was there or was there not a vacuum cleaner under the tree this year?
No vacuum cleaner, no present. Wink,
Hell,
wink.
No tree either, was there?
No tree either. They had a little tiny one. I don't even think you saw it, but
no. With Both Feet says I have Progressive. I've had both interchange and non-owned trailer. Interchange has a dollar cap. Yeah. Yep. I see. I got an email today that Convoy is now leasing trailers. If you want to lease a trailer for them, it's $1,000 a month for a dry van. How about that? That's a good bit of money. I thought my phone was what was lagging. It's the StreamYard chat that's behind. Or am I? No. Weird. No, it is my phone. My fault. Big Daddy Trucking says, call Street Smart in New Jersey. They will know what you need for Amazon. Okay. Big Rig Quotes provides cheaper insurance. When I was doing box truck, worth a check for semi. Okay, there you go. Rig Quote. OOIDA might also be able to help you with insurance as a new entrant. However, Lloyd's of London is not preferred insurance by a lot of brokers. Some of your brokers won't take their policy for cargo. They try to skirt their claims, allegedly. My drive van's floor is rusting out. Going to have to get a new one. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Cheap Freight Hauler says, I'll undercut Convoy and lease my van for $900 a month. Why don't you go $999? Play that Price is Right game. I've heard that trucking insurance brokerages are good to rate check. Thoughts? Yes, I use an insurance broker for my insurance, and I'm with a top-rated insurance company. Something I learned along the way here. Somebody wanted to argue about this in the comments on a video with me one day about negligence. So, especially in relation to cargo insurance. If you have a cargo claim due to negligence, like a reefer, say, I knew a dude once that went in for a truck wash. He had a load of pudding on and went in for a truck wash, and they made him shut his reefer off. He forgot to turn it back on. Went the last 700 miles of his trip to deliver in California. He pulls in, his reefer's not on. He realizes, oh, crap. They rejected the load. Insurance company did not cover it and said, that's a you thing, buddy. That was negligence. We don't cover that. Found out that I'm with one of the only insurance companies that does cover negligence for cargo claims. So that made me feel good. So that'd be a good question. So if you screw something up, hitting your brakes is not negligence. There's a whole bunch of things, that if you hit a deer or something and you swerved and it tipped over a load, that's not negligence. But like, say that, for instance, you shut your reefer off, forgot to turn it back on, or you let the reefer run out of fuel. That's negligence. Ask your insurance company if they cover that. And if not, be real careful not to screw anything up, or consider getting an insurance company that does. Because if you have people that drive for you, you can't babysit them. You can't hold their hand 24 hours a day. If they do something negligent, you need to be covered on that. So check with your insurance company on that. Jackknife TV says, I don't know. I did pretty good calling Progressive directly. Yeah, a lot of people do that. You can do that. Especially if you're a new entrant, you might as well. Because they're one of the only places going to touch you. I think I have 10 million in coverage. Does that sound normal? Not really. That's pretty high. That's pretty high. That's like 10 times what most people have. Addis Express, OIDA doesn't take any company under 3 years. Okay, then there you go. That's good to know. Progressive does not have UIIA. They're just regular dry van. General Freight said $18K a year, but I can't use that for the ports. That's the problem. I also know people that have Progressive with refrigerated coverage. So I don't know. Maybe it's the state you live in. I don't know. Happy New Year, Mark the Mailman says. Thank you. You have the best channel for all of YouTube. Thank you for all your videos. That is great to hear, because the best channel on YouTube, I'm definitely going to be bigger than Mr. Beast then. And he makes what, about 100 million a year? So thank you, for Mark the Mailman. I'm looking forward to getting that money. I'll even share it. Does anyone have a 53-foot dry van they want to sell? Boomer, check with Snorlord. I think he might have a trailer they're trying to unload. Check with him. Go to his channel, Snorlord, the Viking Metalhead Caveman Indigo Trucker, something like that. It's like 17 words long. But he was talking to me about he had 2 extra dry vans. They might sell one. Cents per mile, I knew a guy who bought his wife a new snowblower and a lawnmower for Christmas. That didn't go very well for him. That's better than some of the gifts I've bought you, isn't it?
I don't know. If you got me a snowblower and a lawnmower, that wouldn't go over very well.
Okay. Note to self.
You did buy a snowblower for me to use, not for Christmas. And you did at least get me the heated handles.
Yeah, you're welcome. I like to dress. I like to snazz it up a little bit. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna lie. I'll kick in extra for the heated handles. Even
Yeah.
if they come standard. Uh, how much for a load of pudding? It was like $34,000. Chicken Hawk says some cargo policies require you don't leave a loaded trailer unattended in order to cover a cargo theft. Yes, that is true. That is true. With both feet, there's a phone number. Call Sienna for insurance quote. Lower 48 and new entrance. Okay, there you go. There's a number for everybody. Okay, Boomer says thank you. She isn't who I use, but has helped people I know. Okay. Gary Bates says I have or had interchange. Okay, well, that's what's progressive too. Excellent. All kinds of great information tonight. I don't think I can do this for 3 more hours, though. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think
run
you
out
can
of things to
either.
talk about. How about throw a topic at us? Nothing? Eating on the road?
We could talk about our date night.
This is it, baby.
Don't eat in Minnesota.
Doesn't get any better than this. What about any things you guys want to see Mrs. DIY cook on her cooking channel for trucking? Throw some requests at her. We got to get her back making videos again.
Someone wants a whoopie pie, and I think I had one somewhere, and I got to make it.
You can make them?
Yeah.
You think you can?
Well,
you really
how
think you
do
can
you
do
think
it?
they get made?
You think you can do it better than Little Debbie or Mrs. Fields?
Yeah, of course I can, with
Yeah, you
less
probably can.
preservatives also.
That's what keeps me looking young. Oh, Steve in the house. Thank you, Steve. $20 super chat. Normally, I do my taxes. This was a hard and weird year.
Yeah.
Any advice if I hire a CPA also researching changing to an S or a C or an S corp? I don't know. I'll run the numbers. Any opinions? Yes, definitely talk to a CPA about that. Somebody who knows
Yeah.
trucking, because
Trucking, yeah.
it may make a lot of sense. You can even stay, I'm guessing you're an LLC. You can just choose to be taxed as an S corp. There's some different options there, but yeah, you definitely, it's not for everybody because it costs money to operate and maintain a corporation. So you want to make sure you're saving enough taxes to justify it.
Probably depends on your state you're into.
Yeah. And you can save some money as an S corp by, paying yourself a reasonable salary and then paying the rest as a dividend, which is taxed at a lower rate. But a C corp, you really got to have it going on to make a C corp work, because you can end up being taxed twice. So, typically only your bigger companies are a C corp. But hey, it may make sense for you. I have no idea what your situation is. But there's a point there, like 10, 15 years ago, I think my accountant told me that, hey, if you're every year regularly, your net income is around $65,000, $70,000, then we're getting to the point where probably makes sense. You're going to want to switch to an S corp. Like, okay, but that was, like I said, that was 10, 15 years ago. Tax codes are different, tax rates are different. So professionals worth their money right there. Definitely. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate that. Super chat. How about them Cowboys? How about not them Cowboys? How about anybody but the Cowboys or the Bears?
There's at least one player on the Cowboys we like, though.
Oh, offensive lineman.
Center.
Yeah. Biotish?
Yep.
No, is he at the Cowboys? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Gary Bates wants some keto recipes.
Yep.
RJ wants to know favorite mom and pop places to eat OTR. I know you got one that you don't care to eat at again.
Oh God, yeah. I can't remember the name of it. It's in Minnesota. Dexter, did you say?
Yeah, I think they're out of business. It was that Windmill truck stop in Dexter, Minnesota. She got bad food poisoning there.
Awful. That was my first trip I ever took out with DIY. It was horrible.
You're sure it wasn't just, sick from being around me?
No. You saw me. I was turning green most
You
of the
were pretty-
time. Those bumps in that summer were not good.
You were pretty green. You were pretty green. Midwest Mike says, when I get my wife a gift, it has all the bells and whistles because I know I will screw up eventually. So you prepaying? You prepaying with Midwest Mike? Yeah, Shannon Thomas also says keto recipes.
Yep, I got some already on there, so I will keep going.
Ron's got a good joke. He says there's a joke. President Kennedy, one small step for man, one giant step for mankind. Obama says one major step for mankind, and then a transvestite walks out from the women's room. I get it. Oliver 880 says Bartelt Insurance Services is a good place to get truck insurance. They're up in the Wausau area. Andy is a good guy. He also owns Tomahawk Speedway. Okay. Oh, now Jay says keep very hard on your organs and brain function. The organs, I don't know. Brain function, I've actually found my brain function is better after you get through switching to ketosis. Organs, I don't know. That's I'm not a doctor. Yay or no?
I don't think I've never heard that with the organs. And again, I'm not a doctor either, and I don't do like 100% keto, but I just try and eat better.
You eat better than me. I'll give you that. Come on, when it says topic idea, the infinity of space. That's a big topic. Get it? Get it? The biggest gift you can give your family is to be home for every single holiday and major event. Yeah, as people grow up, they kind of branch off and do their own things with their family, though, too, you know? It's part of getting older. You get old, that happens.
When you are home, just make a quality time. That's
What?
important.
Sounds like a lot of work.
You got this.
Oh, man. Gary Bates says, how about an anti-inflammatory cocktail, soup, meal, or drink? Something with a lot of turmeric in it? Turmeric?
Yeah.
And ginger?
Yep. That would be good.
Ooh, crock pot recipe. So a lot of drivers have crock pots in the truck now.
Really?
Crock pots, air fryers. They got these little crock pot type things. They get the little silver tray in them, and you put your stuff in there and close it and plug it in. It's like a slow cooker. That's pretty common. And then also, I guess the air fryers are getting pretty regular. A lot of people cooking in the truck. A lot of people doing that.
Saves a lot of money now.
Yeah, I just can't. Topic idea. Explain Supper Club. Nobody knows what that is. Come on. You got to know what the Supper Club is.
They have a huge salad bar. Always have a good old fashions and good after dinner drinks, ice cream drinks.
They have a bar. Yeah.
Best steaks probably around.
So you hang out in the bar area until it's time to be seated because there's always a waiting list. So in the bar you have, your old fashions or
Brandy Alexander's,
whiskey sour.
Yeah.
And then by the time you go eat, you're a little tipsy. They got a big old salad bar, and then they typically have your big meals like prime rib or steaks or stuff like that. And then when you're done, you have an alcohol-based ice cream drink, like a grasshopper or a pink Cadillac or what are some of the other ones? Pink squirrel.
Oh gosh, yeah, I can't even remember them all. They have all different flavored ice cream drinks.
Yeah, and then you go back to the bar, maybe have a couple more drinks. It's a lot of socializing going on at the bar area.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's dressed. All the men are wearing like a sweater vest or dressed up nice. The women are all gussied up. A lot of socializing going on. It's not like being in a typical bar. Everybody's throwing around $100 bills, and I'm picking them up off the floor. And then by the time you're done, you're $300-400 into it for the night. You go home so full you think you're gonna throw up. That's your supper club right there. You tell me they don't have those in the rest of the country, just up in the upper Midwest? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
And they're always closed Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, Yep. The big nights are Friday and Saturday nights, as I suppose is true with any restaurant. Cheap Freight Hauler says Boise Stage Stop. Haven't been there in a few years, though that may have changed. My favorite place to eat used to be, there was down in Plymouth, Indiana, there was a fuel stop called Gas City. It's not there anymore. They knocked it down and built is it a Love's or a Pilot over top? I think it's a Pilot there. That used to be my favorite place to eat. Chicken Hawk says, yeah, did you take Mrs. DIY to the supper club? Not yet. That's what we're going to do for our Christmas for each other. We're going to the supper club.
Yep.
We're going to try that 72-ounce prime rib.
No.
No?
Unless we're bringing 60 ounces of it home.
We eat for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Cents per mile topic of the night. What are the benefits of a glider truck, and why did they limit how many can be produced now? Why did they limit how many that can be produced? Number one, because they want their environmental emissions and bull crap, right? They claim they're too dirty. They're not environmentally friendly, and also they don't want people on paper logs. Let's be honest. So those are the two main reasons.
Didn't they stop making glider kits now?
Yeah, I think they're done. I think they're pretty much done.
I think so too.
The benefits, well, you can have a brand new chassis and powertrain, transmission, rear ends, right up to the engine, and then you can take a remanufactured older engine that is pre-emissions and put in basically what else is a brand new truck. So you can have basically a brand new truck with none of the emissions problems. Obviously, it's not a brand new engine. It'd be a remanufactured or rebuilt or a used engine, but the rest of the truck can be brand new. A glider is manufactured without an engine, transmission, or rear ends, basically your drive line. So those are pieced in later. And there's different steps in there. Sometimes they'll make them without any rear axles and stuff, and they can be delivered to dealers in certain fashions, or you can have it built out. Like there's certain places in the country, like my glider was built at Clark Power Systems. They'll take, order a bunch of trucks from Freightliner, and then they'll build them out right there with the rest of the components. Schneider has built their own gliders. The benefits, once again, no emissions problems. Easier to work on, easier to fix, all kinds of stuff like that. For a while there, it was better fuel economy. When you're talking the first few generations of like the ACERT Cats, and then your 2004 to like 2010 Detroit Series 60 with the EGRs that you couldn't get crap for fuel mileage out of, you were better off with a glider kit. And reliability was was better also. So that's the main points of it, long and short. Oh, and there was some tax savings on it too. So if you bought a glider kit, you didn't have to pay FET, which is pretty substantial on a truck. I forget. Do you know off the top of your head what the FET tax rate is?
Isn't it 17%?
I was thinking 18, so we're probably right in the ballpark there. I don't know what the exact rate, but that you take a $200,000 truck, what's 18% of that? $36,000. That seems kind of high, but that's probably right. I don't know. Music City Transport. If you're running I-10, the best mom and pop Italian is at the Trade Winds in Niceville. I park at the Loves and Uber there. Okay. Cents per mile, since we're about to glide into 2023. I see what you did there. So another nice part about the gliders is if you blew an engine or had a catastrophic engine failure, you could take it out and replace it with whatever engine you want. If you have say you have a 2015 Kenworth, right, and you blow an engine, you cannot replace an older emissions model year engine into that truck. So if it's a 2015 emissions model year, you cannot replace it with a 2014 emissions model year or older. It has to be 2015 or newer. To do that to go backwards would be illegal, unless it has a VIN number designation as a glider kit. Then you could put whatever engine you want in it. I mean, I'm not saying people don't do it, but it's not legal to do that. People say, "I'm gonna buy this truck and make it a glider." You can't make anything a glider. A glider is designated as a glider from the manufacturer. Not saying people don't do it, but Ronald says, outer weight issue. We eat food made to idiots. Okay. Instapot. Oh, cheap freight. Holler. Instapot works for me. Yeah, people doing them Instapots too.
Yep.
Cool Trucking says you have to cook. The truck stops are serving junk anymore. If they're serving anything at all. I mean, really. Have you ever stopped at the Petro in Clearwater, Minnesota? Have I ever? Have I ever? Ask me if I've ever seen the bakery there. Yeah, definitely eating it. That's one of the better restaurants in a truck stop in the country right there is Petro in Clearwater, Minnesota. And that bakery is something else. Also like the Pine Cone down in Johnson Creek or DeForest, Wisconsin. Their restaurants are pretty decent, but their bakery stuff is really, really good. Big Daddy Rob says, I just went to the doctor last week. My lab numbers were great. Cholesterol is lowest it's ever been. I've lost 33 pounds over the last year. Doctor said she couldn't argue with what's working. Good deal.
That's awesome.
He's doing that keto. Alfalfa said, just pulled the air brakes on a 680-mile day, stopped in Billings, Montana on my way to Washington. Go Buckeyes. What's the score? Anybody know what the score is for the Ohio State-Georgia game? Come on, it says, I'll wear a mock turtleneck and act like Ron Burgundy if I ever go to a supper club. Stay classy. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of Ron Burgundy types in there. Definitely. And you're going to hear a lot of drinks with funny names. 7 and 7. Your different old fashions. All kinds of things. Midwest Mike, well, I'm out taking my youngest to Green Bay tomorrow for the game. Got to get prepared for the trip. Happy New Year, everyone. Yeah. Hey, have fun at the game tomorrow.
Happy New Year. Yeah, have fun.
My name is Nobody says, link for the missus, please. Are you able to put your link in the chat there, missus?
I can't. Not on my phone. I'll see if I can figure it out.
Do you have a wrench? Are you a moderator?
No.
You sure? Leave a comment. I'll make you a moderator.
Yeah, I am. Oh,
I lost my spot. Crap.
My name is Nobody.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's FET 12, 15%. Yeah. You know what? I got the Googles right here. How much is truck excise tax? I hate that it's 12%. Okay, there you go. Was that RBK that was right?
Yeah.
Big winner. Cheap freight hauler. There you go. That's still a good bit of money. How much is that? It's $200,000 truck. Still $24,000. Buy a 6-month-old truck. Let somebody else take that ass kicking right off the bat. I hate that there's excise tax on tires. That's just freaking ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, and that's not a percentage. That's based on the type of tire.
Yeah, that's just stupid. It's like tires are a luxury item. Did everybody know that? For crying out loud.
Yeah, you don't need them to go down the road.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what the reliability, easy for me to say, reliability is on my 2023 T680. I can't wait to see them videos. I see you got all that fancy new camera gear. We better see a ton of videos on that. Channel's gonna blow up. Good for you. Sorry, yes, 12. Yep, 12%. Not a guess, that's a fact. Ooh, Chicken Hawk dropping them hashtag facts. Way to go. My keto bread seems to last longer than normal bread. Keto bread. What's in keto bread?
Well, it depends. There's a couple different kinds. I made you those cheesy garlic biscuits.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Yeah. Big Daddy Rob G. We went to Buccaneer in Roselleville Wednesday. Fantastic food in a salad bar. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we
we've been there. That used to be the
the
place to
place
go.
to be. Hmm.
Yeah, my back itches. I need a pen to scratch my back. Here we go. Yes, that petro is very nice. If a dollar changes hands 4 times, the government gets the dollar back via taxes. Joke's on us. Yes. Yes. That is theft, isn't it? George Wilson says supper clubs have small lakes where you catch your fish and drop it off at the kitchen in the rear, and they prepare it to your liking and serve it to you in a couple hours. There are some places up in Minnesota that do that, where Fate Trucking's going ice fishing. They'll do that. If you take your catch in there, they'll cook it for you.
But there are quite a few that have lakes by them too.
There are. There are. I need to get that keto diet myself. Yeah. If it's a salvage title, you can. That's the loophole, right? 28-24 Buckeyes at halftime. Wow. How about that? It's weird to see in a college playoffs with no Alabama. It's about damn time. Sky Club had the world's first salad bar. Supper clubs only serve supper. Okay. Chicken Hawk changed with the times. Been trucking for 36 years. I've owned 5 DEF trucks. No major issues. It's a system like any other. Learn how to maintain and repair. Amen to that. And, fuel locks. It's good for what ails your DEF system. Try some of that. Part of maintaining your DEF system. Fuellocks.com. Use my promo code DIYSemi. Get 15% off every order. My name is Nobody, no wrench here. Well, I can fix that. Got to have a Manhattan at a supper club. You do? Come on, but it says you got to have a Harvey Wallbanger.
Harvey Wallbanger.
At a supper club.
I have a recipe for a Harvey Wallbanger cake, and I really want to make it sometime. That might have to be a video. Yeah.
My name is Nobody. It's not letting me give you a wrench. It wants me to either. Oh, hold on. I'm signed in under the wrong account. My bad. My bad. That's what happens when you troll yourself. Jason says, I know what to do with a DEF truck. Take the filter out and run the pipe straight through. Well, it's not quite that easy. It's not quite that easy. If you're trying to do a homemade delete, there's going to be a lot more to it than that. You'll just create some problems doing that. There we go. There, now nobody has a wrench. Wow, I did not know about all the gliders. Good info, thanks. Yeah. My orange truck is a glider. Heard it's called a repower. Yep. If you take a salvage title. Is a supper club really a supper club if it doesn't have wood paneling? Very good point. I forgot about the wood paneling.
Yeah.
And knotty pine. There's going to be a lot of knotty pine.
Yeah. And
the bar is going to be heavily lacquered.
Yeah, and a lot of red, right? Like either the carpet or the seats on the chairs, or.
Yep. There you go. Gary Bates found your link.
Thank you, Gary Bates. I was just trying to find it myself. Thank you very much.
Gary Bates is the best. Oh, also at a supper club, you will find a hostess and somebody to seat you.
Yep.
Definitely with a hostess with a giant podium. George Wilson says, anyone working in the industrial district, Elmhurst, Illinois, stop in at Fred's Place on Lake Street, truck parking in the rear. This is an old steak and egger joint. I've never heard of that. Isn't there a guy on TikTok that only eats beef? You're talking about Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson and his daughter, what the heck is his daughter's name? Megan? No. She has an autoimmune disease where she can pretty much only eat meat. And I don't even think she eats eggs or fish. Meat, salt, and water, I think. Otherwise, she's sicker than a dog.
Wow.
Yeah, been that way for like 5 years and just extremely healthy. That Jordan Peterson only eats meat also. It's hard. It's a carnivore diet. I don't think I could ever stick to it, but like their health is so much better than it used to be. Steve says, just off the phone with sister, Oregon State has $1,000 fine for fireworks, so everyone is shooting their guns instead.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
that's so much better. Shoot a bunch of bullets up in the air. Better run inside. Please do not delete an emissions truck. It's not worth it. Oh, there you go. Have you ever had a Waldorf salad? My mom used to make them. So good.
Yes. Yep. Those are good.
Chuck and MC,
Watergate salad too, right?
Oh yeah, Watergate salad. Do you use that fuel ox every time you fuel up, or what? Thinking of trying it out with my truck. I have a 21 680 with an X15. So far, so good, but want to stay on top. I do. So my drivers do too. Every single time, every fill up. One of them uses it at stronger than normal dose, like 1.5 times dosage. He swears by it. I just do the standard dosage. But yeah, definitely. Thank you, DIY and Gary Bates. Yes, sir. Cents per mile. I see the Wonder Bar still hasn't opened back up. Ishnala is a decent supper club and tons of old fashions. I don't know those places. George Wilson rides the rims to make a lot of sparks at night. There you go. Any good places to park near Seattle? I'll be taking a 34 there. I used to always park at a little place called Ernie's down in Kent. It's a tiny little place. The truck parking lot is separate from the fuel stop. You got to pay, but it's a gravel lot. I don't know if you fit 20 trucks in there, something like that. And it's not too far from anything. So kind of a nice little, I don't know, it used to be a secret. I don't think it is anymore, probably not with Trucker Path. Oliver says Fitzgerald Glider Trucks has been going through a big lawsuit with the IRS because they didn't charge FET and all the glider trucks they sold. That's complete running units. They owe $85 million. They shouldn't have to be charging FET. I don't think they're supposed to. I don't think that is that because of the way they were ordered and constructed? But I think a glider isn't supposed to have FET charged. I could be wrong. I'm not a freaking tax person, but I'm pretty sure. Thought Fitzgerald was long gone. It wouldn't make me sad if they were. As poor quality as their engine builds are, in my opinion. Seen a lot of them, about 300,000 miles kaput. Fitzgerald gliders are Chinese trash. Okay. So that promo code is just DIY Semi for 15% off. I'm going to try it out. Yeah, when I placed an order yesterday, I ordered some stuff, and when you get to the page where it gives you your total, it'll say enter a promo code or a referral code or something. Yeah, just put it in there just like you got it on the screen, and then hit apply, and then it'll change your total. You can see how much you saved. Rob says Manhattans are like boobs. 1 is not enough, and 3 are too many. Hey, in what world is 3 too many? Come on, I'm with you on the 1 thing, but 3? Come on. Fitzgerald has 5 Pete dealers now, just no gliders. Okay. They're gonna get their money. They bend their own rules. Yeah, that's for sure. Ooh, George Wilson says, once I'm off the road, I like a big ginger ale slice of lemon and shot of J&B Scotch. Oof. Yeah, come on with it. So there you go. He's got the promo code there. Yeah, and 95% less sensors on the glider. Yeah, that's a real thing too. So what are we doing? We going out tonight? We gonna celebrate? We staying in?
I think it's too late to be driving now.
I gotta know, because if we're going out, I gotta put pants on.
No, I think we're good.
I mean, unless you like it like that. Fitzgerald is now called Fitzgerald Peterbilt. They have a channel called Semi Casual. They're supposed to get charged FET because they were complete running gliders. Okay. Huh. Isn't Fitzgerald YouTube channel Semi Casual? Okay. Yep. If you want to talk about some BS, so last week got a letter saying I owed $17,000 from 2020. I was a company driver in 2020. I had a stroke. when I opened that letter. Take that letter straight to your accountant, man. If they didn't do your taxes, take them all your tax returns and say, how about this? How about you help me out? You need a professional on your side, and not those. We'll settle your tax debt for pennies on the dollar. They're gonna ruin you in the process. That's not a. That's an offer and compromise. You got to be down to your last dollar before they're gonna give you that. Try to fight it legit first. Don't ignore it. Whatever you do, don't ignore it. They don't go away. Funny how interest and penalties on $17,000 is probably $20,000. They're ridiculous. You'd rather owe money. Hey, if you can borrow money from the mafia to pay off the IRS, it's probably a good move. The mafia is going to be, more friendly on their terms. From what I've read, the glider rule was created for companies that had powertrain they wanted to keep but wanted a new truck. Yeah. What is the latest on Fuel Ox going public? We talked with Rand about that, I think, on the last live stream. They didn't sell out all the shares. They didn't raise enough money, so it's not off the table. I think there's still an offering out there, but you still have your share. If you bought shares, you still have them, and whatever happens, if they get bigger, if they get to the point where they can finally complete the task of going public, if they ever get sold out, it's all still there. There's still all your shares, but they weren't successful in taking to the point of selling everything they had to offer so they could complete the process of going public. But from what I understand, it's not like off the table or done. It's just not yet. It costs a lot of money to take a company public. You got to hire somebody to guide you through the process. They've taken on additional management and stuff. So I would expect that it's still going to happen. I should get Rand on again here someday. They are freaking blowing up around the world. They are getting huge outside the United States. They travel all over the world to like mining companies, stuff like that. They're getting really big in the mining industry because their products are just performing phenomenally. Their lubricants and stuff. Incidentally, I got all the test data that they sent me on those. People were asking for that. I have it. If you want it, email me, DIYsim@yahoo.com, and I will send it to you. There's from universities, there's some independent just testing records from different companies, Phallex Labs, some different laboratories. So I have some of that I can share. And also Electromicron, I think, what do you call it? Electromicron, is it? No, electron microscope. There we go. That's the words I'm looking for. Evidence of what it does to the metal. So that's some pretty hardcore evidence right there. That Bill Rethwich out of Sparta is sure spending some money at Fitzgerald Peterbilt. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Must be a ton of money in hauling fuel. It's good money. Hot Seat says statistics show that more Wisconsin folks attend Friday night fish fries than church.
Yeah, I believe
Probably. Yeah, you can't beat a Friday night fish fry. And then you get up in the Door County area up by Green Bay and stuff, and they have fish boils. That's pretty popular up there. Ishnala is right by the Dells. If you've never been there, cottage right on a lake. Awesome food. Okay.
We can try that.
Best beer in Wisconsin. There is a micro brewery or craft brewery on every corner in this freaking state.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of opinion. I mean, you got every brewery in the world here. Miller Coors. They make 100 different beers. You got Leinenkugels. There's just one everywhere. You know what?
It depends on what kind you like. Oh, geez.
Hams is where it's at. It's $2 on special every day. $2 special per can. That makes it the best beer in my book. Hams, the beer refreshing from the land of sky blue waters, mind you.
There's a bourbon barrel stout that a lot of people like. If you like the dark stuff,
Ugh. Might as well be opaque pumpernickel stout, if you ask me. Gross. Point special lager. Yeah, I mean, if you like to poop through a screen door, you know, you're gonna like the Point beers. Definitely, you don't want the Point special lager and deviled eggs. You're not gonna like
ew.
what it does to your bed sheets. Trucking with MC, I showed my tax accountant. She said I needed to go to the place that did my taxes, Jackson Hewitt. Did my 2020 taxes. I can't find out what it's from or anything till after January 2nd.
It doesn't say on the tax notice what it's from.
It should.
It should. It should say like if it's regarding withholding tax or
Yeah.
something on there.
Yeah. That's why we don't go, like, if you're in business, that's serious business. Don't go to your H&R Blocks or your Jackson Hewitts. Get you
But he said
somebody
he
who
was a
knows.
company driver, so that should be basic
Oh,
tax.
did he? Oh, yeah, he
Yeah.
did. Man, they screwed up. They screwed you over. Unless somebody filed like a 1099 on you that you don't know about. See, there's all kinds of tax frauds that go on. Like people steal your social security
identity.
number or whatever, your identity. You could have had your identity stolen. Somebody could have filed a tax return before you did with your name and claimed a huge refund. Or somebody could have mistakenly sent you a big 1099 and they like, hey, you didn't pay any tax on this. So definitely got to find out what the whole story is before you pay anything. Definitely.
And it's going to take time. The IRS is very far behind.
They are slow. But yeah, just be on top of it as best you
Yeah.
can.
Don't give up.
Government will work with you. They just want their money. I heard an interview with an IRS agent. Yeah, like they tell the truth. That's like asking a dog if he's going to bite you. No, I ain't going to bite you. Right? Mark M says Fuel Ox should make something to advertise with on trucks. I would like a spill protector for the fuel tank spout. Okay. We were in talks, and I don't know what happened. The economy downturn might have ixnayed it, but we were talking about making a Fuel Ox branded truck with them, and it just kind of petered out. So maybe I'll bring it up again. We were also talking about making a Mud Flat branded truck. We were going to do 2 trucks, have them wrapped and branded, go to the truck shows and stuff, but it just kind of petered out. The guy I was working with at Mud Flap is no longer there. He moved on to somewhere else. And Fuel Ox, I don't know. They're very busy over there. They are extremely busy for the amount of people they have. So maybe I need to bring it up again. Be a great promotion for them, especially since, they were kind of introduced to the trucking world through this channel, really, for the most part, on a large scale. So OOIDA didn't do that. I'll just say that. Does Freightliner still have the refurbishing program where they will rebuild your truck like new? I don't know if they still do, but I actually looked into that about, I don't know, probably back in 2010. There was a place up in in the Portland, Oregon area, I think. You could go in there. They'd put a whole new, a cab by your VIN number on, rebuild everything for like $70,000, $80,000 for a Columbia. Should have done it. It'd been worth it. Best cheese in Wisconsin. Hands down, Dairy State Cheese, Rudolph, Wisconsin. I don't give a damn about your Mullins. I don't give a damn about your Cheese Castle down in Kenosha. Don't care about none of that. It's Dairy State Cheese, Rudolph, Wisconsin.
And they have a veggie cheese that is awesome.
And I'll go so far as to have words with any man who says otherwise. Look at me. You see the size of me? I know my cheeses. I know this. I know these things. Jackknife TV says I'm cracking my nuts right now. Ugh. Sounds painful. Grundle cheese. No. Is that like Fermunda cheese? Best Wisconsin beers are Blatz, Berghoff, Pabst, or Leinenkugels. Yeah.
I don't even think they made Blatz anymore.
I used to work with a guy that drank nothing but Blatz. Sorry, my drunk wife thinks she's funny. Okay. I just said from changes to my 2020,
It
that's it.
just said, yeah.
Oh, okay. It just said, if you add what I paid in and the 17K, that's more than I made. Yeah, somebody made a mistake. This is just, they just got to find where the mistake is, or there was, like I said, there's some fraud committed. So
Yeah, hope it's not your
just got to
identity,
find it.
because that would stink.
Yeah, somebody like Jackson Hewitt or somebody needs to make a request for the IRS to see the documents that they're going off of, because they might have something that you don't. Kelly, are there any advantages to have a company pay per diem, or is it better to claim it separately at tax time?
If you do a company paid per diem, it's going to lower your income. So it just depends on what you're trying to do, because you will, like if you're trying to get a loan or something later, that might be a problem for you if you have lower income. I mean, you might not, but it definitely does do different things for you. It depends on what you want, what you're looking for. Either way, you're going to get the tax benefit.
Well, if you're a company driver and you're trying to claim it at tax time, you might not be able to, because if they doubled the standard, see, everybody got so upset when they took away the per
Right.
diem deduction, but what nobody's talking about is they doubled the standard deduction. So you're benefiting.
A lot of
You're
people can't. Yeah.
Yeah, so you may not, if you're not beating the standard deduction, which is extremely high now, you're not going to be able to take that per diem at tax time. So, which you would then derive the benefit better from taking it on your paycheck. Damn, even after like, 3 Diet Mountain Dews and Tito's, I still got it.
Still on. Yep.
I might slur. I might be slurring. I might be stutter. See, stutterling and stumbling. But we still got it.
You got it.
Come on, what it says allegedly. Yeah. So per diem it's going to lower your taxable income off your paycheck. You're going to pay taxes on less income, and you're going to receive that income free of tax. So, there you go. Robert B says ditto on the Rudolph cheese. Says Robert B knows what time it is. There you go. Hot Seat says Dairy State is definitely a win. Hot Seat, how do you know about Dairy State? What you been doing with your life that you know about Dairy State cheese? I need to know. Now I need to know if you're in the area. Maybe I've seen you over there, poking around in the cheese aisle. See, the thing about Dairy State cheese is if you buy a bunch of stuff, you can have it shipped. You can ship it home. You can ship it to your loved ones. Say, your favorite YouTuber, right? Hey, ship a box of your finest Colby cheddar, and maybe throw a sharp cheddar in there and some veggie cheese. And they'll package it, keep it cold, and ship it. They also have fine sausages. Mark M says, I got to say, I haven't had a good chunk of cheese in a long while.
Oh, my gosh.
Call them up and order it. They'll ship it right to you, man. Tell them you want some of their best cheddar. Just struggling. So Happy New Year, guys, and DIY stays out of the candy aisle this year. We're trying. I found I ain't gonna lie, I found a bag of snack-sized Snickers in the pantry today. Put the squeeze on them a little bit. Probably gonna see. I just ratted myself. Boomster says I hate taxes. Yeah, you gotta be a sick kind of person if you like taxes. I'll tell you that. Crypto Analyst says this year will be worse than 07, 08. Potentially.
A
lot of people are saying that, but we're fixing to find out in about what, 2.5 hours.
Yep.
Hope rate will go up, but I don't see it. Market value and stock market going down to the floor. Maybe, and probably, but nothing. It's out of our control. It's out of our control. Just hopefully, if you believe that, you're prepared heading into it, leading up to it. How about a 2023 goal to get that hood truck rolling? Just a thought. 365 days, I can pull that off.
Yeah, it's either that, or I think I might need to use it as some furniture or something, or decoration outside.
It does look pretty sitting there. Spruces up the driveway over by the shop.
Yeah. Can Could open that hood up and put some plants in there or something.
Yeah. We need to put something to keep the mice out. They're probably living in there because it's,
Or
you know,
the squirrel in the shed that you don't want to deal with.
I like that it keeps you out of there. Every time you open a door, it jumps out
Oh
at you
yeah,
and scares the hell out
I
of you.
ain't going in. I ain't going in there.
Cheap Freight Hauler says it's going to be a good year. Going to be a good year. Oh, Mark M. Appreciate it. Says the night is still young.
Night is so young.
Damn it. Oh, hot seat. There you go. I'm a Wisco girl living that lacrosse lifestyle.
Nice.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm looking for a driver. Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa area. Owner operator who's someone who's willing to venture out east and back. I got a gap I need to fill it with a customer. You know, interest and whatnot. Call Clark Griswold to handle that squirrel. Some bitch almost got me. I didn't know it was in there. I left the door open overnight one night, and it was cold, and I imagined the squirrel went in there to be warm. And I went in there one time, and it about ran across my feet, and then it ran along the purlins on the wall, up a beam, and then up the rafters all the way to the peak of the roof, and hung out up at the peak. I can't shoot it because I end up shooting a hole in the damn roof. So I'll try and trap it.
That's what I thought was going to happen to me. I swear when I went in there, that thing was going to like attack, like jump at my face. There was no way I was going in.
It makes quite a ruckus, don't it? I think it's living in a garbage can. It's a big old red squirrel. It's a red squirrel the size of a gray squirrel. Sucker can climb. I'll give him that. Don't forget Swiss Colony Cheese and Sausage Company, Monroe, Wisconsin, and you can check for loads out there if you're a reliable reefer hauler. Yeah, I mean, if they gave me about 20 loads, they might work their way up into my top 5. But my heart is, you know, my cholesterol packed heart is in Dairy State cheese. 6 weeks until my seasonal contract rate starts, and y'all can have the spot market until end of June. Ooh, I bet you know what. I bet you I know what that is. I bet it's green and all kinds of pretty colors. I should maybe get into some of that this year. Some of that. But I have to pull people off what they're doing, and I don't want to do that. We want to stick with that. But nursery season's going to be here before we know it. Just Trucking says hello. Trucking with MC saying hello. Okay. What do you think? Do you think I need more people? Do you think I need less people?
Oh, I think you need a couple more. If you can handle it.
Might get to where I can stay home again.
Yeah.
What kind of people do I need? So it's about time you have some input in this, because apparently I'm not the greatest judge of everything. So if I was to interview, my new policy is, you got to talk to, after we talk, you got to talk the secondary interview with the missus here. What kind of questions do you want to ask?
Well,
what kind of questions do you ask somebody on your secret interview?
I'm gonna get a little bit more details from them, other than just, do you haul a reefer? And it doesn't mean if you've ever just pulled one behind in the truck, but if you know how to deal with them.
Okay.
And how to read the bills so they know what to put the temperature at.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you do paperwork?
Can they drive in Wisconsin in December?
Do you know how to crank a landing gear?
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Yeah.
Do you know how to unhook a fifth wheel?
Yeah.
Do you suck a vape pen like it's going out of style?
Man, I really wish we could get some non-smokers here, but whatever. I know it's the business, so.
Yeah, the cigarettes, I can deal with that. A vape pen, instant migraine, instant headache. I understand you got to do it, but man, please don't do it around me. There's some chemical in there that just freaking eats my brain. It's just more than I can handle. And some of the smells are just awful. I don't know how they're pleasant. I'd rather you blow a pack of Marlboros in my face than come around me with one of them. Jackknife TV, a good thing everybody eats chicken. I got to pay for that new truck. Yeah, definitely. Cheap Freight Hauler says,
Oh,
it
I
sure
think
is.
we really need a driver that can.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I think we really need a driver that can do paper logs also. At least know how to do a paper log in time of need.
True. Can you get your bills back and make sure they're signed before you turn them in, before you leave?
Yeah, that too.
Can you let somebody know if they mark some damage on your bills or shortage? Can you call a broker? You know, we're looking for the basics.
Can you start your truck before you leave out if it's been sitting for 2 weeks?
Yes. Chief Freight Hauler says it sure is mid-February until the end of June, then September to mid-November. That's right. Mark M says nursery is fun. Loved having 10 drops and smelling flowers every day. You can make some good money on them nursery loads. Sometimes they can be a lot of work, though, if you got to tailgate that stuff. Georgia Patriot, what's up, folks? Good riddance to 2022. Yeah, here. About 2 hours and 19 minutes, she gone. Unless, you're East Coast. Do they know why DEF is more expensive in the jug than at the pump? And if you don't, can you wait till like 10 o'clock in the morning to ask that question? Cents per mile doesn't know the whole story. He says with both feet packaging versus bulk prices. Yeah, it's an obvious answer, but that's the moral of the story is that's a 10 a.m. question, not a 3 a.m. question. PDF your bills in as soon as you get them. Yes, that's a big plus. It's a big plus. What else? Do you tell the truth?
Can you read signs? Can you get direction without using your phone GPS?
Okay.
Right?
All right. Yeah. Do you know that a 13.5 bridge is shorter than a 13.6 bridge?
Yeah, that would be good.
If you drive under a bridge and you hear,
do you stop or keep going?
Which pedal do you hit? The gas or the brake?
And then say, man. I swear there were no signs.
It happens. It happens. It's the little things, right? It's the little things.
It's the little things.
Yeah. 2 hours and 42 minutes.
Mark M's got a good comment.
Says, can you scale correctly and go back to the shipper when your tandems are too far back? Yeah.
Half of them don't even know how to do the tandems.
A fun fact, had a thing once with a new driver, and loaded a multi-stop load, got the third stop on, called me and said, I'm overweight on the back, like 3,000 pounds or something it was. I said, okay, well, what's your gross? I'm like 60,000 pounds. I'm like, well, there's something not right here. He says, where you got your tandem set? Well, they're, right where we normally have them. They're about halfway. I said, send me a picture of that. Just text me a picture quick. I get a picture. Doggone tandems are all the way to the front, tucked up under the skirt as far as you can get them. I says, slide your tandems back, about 4 feet, something like that. Scale it again and call me back. I'm not sliding my tandems. If I got to have my tandems all the way back and I put this thing in the ditch and can't make a turn, this is my truck. I'm doing. I says, if you can only drive around with your tandems all the way forward, so we got a problem here. You could slide them back 4 feet and still be plenty legal and still be in a real reasonable spot. If you can't do that, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're going to have to run all the way to Texas over on that axle, because you go back to the shipper, they're going to look at you and laugh. They ain't taking nothing off that trailer. If you can only drive around with your tandems all the way forward, bring her on back, because we're apparently done here. And, they slid the tandems, went on down the road. But, you got to be a little bit capable of some versatility. Do I have a printer in my truck? I do not. I do. I use Tiny Scanner, a PDF scanner, and I'll PDF scan everything, and then if I need to write on it, I use Adobe Fill and Sign, Adobe Fill and Sign, and I can write, fill in documents, whatever I need to do, Raycons, packets, whatever. Between the two, I can pretty much get everything done I need to get done. Adam, you still having problems? I'm surprised you're not a raging alcoholic after hearing some of the stories. Oh, there's more, sir. There's more. How about coming back? Coming back with a big old hole in the hood of the truck and saying, yeah, I bumped into somebody's ICC bumper. Now, granted, I'm a tall guy, and this hole in the hood was about this high on my chest. I said, ICC bumper, huh? Huh? What the hell kind of trailer is this? Like, was it with a load of flatbed stacked 4 high, and you got the top one? You know, you're obviously lying to me, but you're doubling down on your story. So, hey, if that's the story you're going to stick with, that's just the hill you're going to die on. So, there's a lot more to that, but yeah, what are you going to do? Can you download GPS maps so you can use them offline? There you can have some access to that offline. It's like what you called your cache or something like that. I don't think you can fully use everything on it offline. Sometimes I think about expanding and adding owner ops for a company driver, but then I remember when I was managing 12 drivers at my last company and trashed the idea every time. It's not a, you know what happens, what everybody, first thing they do when they think about, oh, I'm going to buy one truck and I'm going to have 10 trucks. They use this damn thing right here, calculator. You got all fancy and excited with the calculator. Oh, if I'm making $3,000 a week off one truck, man, if I had 5 trucks, all this, it ain't like that. You can forget all that. Sometimes it's going to cost you more than you made that week or month or 6 months or whatever. It's nobody's going to run your truck like you will, and you're going to get lower fuel mileage. You're going to have a lot of things. It's equipment. I tell you what, maintaining a fleet of reefer trailers is expensive. My gosh, is it expensive? Even though, dry vans. There's always things to fix. You got 5 drivers every week. At least one of them is going to be off. Probably more. People go home. People have problems, get sick. It's not. Forget about the calculator for a while. It's going to mislead you. Can you use liquid tape? I love that stuff. How about whiteout? Can you use whiteout? George says, I do a pipe on my nighttime line haul, runs rich premium tobacco. See, now a pipe is different. Some of them pipe smells I actually enjoy. A pipe can smell really, really good. Even there's some cigars that smell real good. Some of them smell like a dog's ass, but some of them smell good. Big Daddy Rob says, Nick DiPaolo said vape pens look like you're sucking on a sex toy. Oh, jeez. Come on, when it says I can scale 48 in a reefer. Holy cow. Wow, that's a lot. I can do like 46.5 with my Mac. In the orange Freightliner, I can do like 47. Can you call at a decent hour?
Yes.
And then I got the guy with a Volvo 760. It can only scale 43.5. And I think the max you can scale 45.5 with super singles or 45 with duals. Crypto analyst says, you might remind me a lot with a guy who used to make trucking videos. He used to live in North Carolina, Trucker Jay. Wonder what happened to him. Is Trucker Jay the one that passed away recently? That name sounds familiar. There was a trucker something or other that passed away just real recently. Might have been him.
From YouTube?
Yeah, or it wasn't Trucker Jay, it was a similar name. We should talk when I get my truck paid off. What happens when you get your truck paid off? I mean the truck. It's not mine yet. Oh, okay. I mean, you know, there's always different ways to do things. My Classic can scale 45,000, and she's a big girl. If you got a smaller truck and a better stainless spread, I believe it when you say 48. Yeah, that dude that had that little white Kenworth with the coffin sleeper, he could scale like 47.5 with the Great Dane. So if he'd have had a utility with super singles, he could probably scale. Oof, probably 48.5. I bet. Darn close to it, anyways. That truck weighed nothing, but that's gone now. Traded it in. Jackknife TV, we're having a party when you hit 100 drivers, Adam. Oh, the only way I'm going to hit 100 drivers is if I line them up and step on the gas real hard. Come on. I think I could get them all at once. It's more likely that 100 drivers hit me. And I mean, like, with their fists and hammers and stuff. My Columbia flatbed empty weight is 31.5. I had a Columbia with a 48-foot step deck, utility step deck, and my empty weight was like 29.9. I could scale 50,000 pounds on that sucker. But that Columbia weighed nothing. Abraham W., Happy New Year, guys. Work hard and change life in 2023. God bless y'all. Yeah, hey, 2023, you know, it's like I always say, 2023. At least it ain't 2022. My 9400i, I could scale with a reefer 48,000. Dan's Outdoor Adventure. Still, you guys are still hanging in there. Jeepers. Hey, I'm not entertaining. It's New Year's Eve. But, you know, what does that say about your life? You're watching a guy like me on New Year's Eve? Come on now. Come on. He says, no cigarettes or vape for me, but when I'm driving, I got to have my Red Man chew. Hey, that's cool as long as you keep it in the spittoon. My 92-year-old grandma chewed Copenhagen until the day she died.
Yep.
And the only thing, I had a buddy once that chewed something or other. I don't know what the hell it is, but instead of, like, you know, reaching for the spit can and doing that, he would just cross the truck, you know, and just it would be on the door and running down the door. And you know the person, ma'am. You know the person.
Yeah, I know.
Cheap Freight Hauler says, we were fuel haulers. Loved the call from a station owner at 3 a.m. Driver left the lid off the gas tank in a tropical storm. 4,000 gallons of water in the tank. 8 cars dead in the lot. Oh, you were going to be buying some cars.
Oh.
You know, I watched a lawyer on YouTube one time, and he was saying, somebody posed a question. What's it? Steve something or other. He's real popular. You guys probably watched him. I forget his name. Somebody had the question, hey, you know, I bought gas at this place and my car puked. And he's like, well, did you keep the receipt? They're like, no. He says, every time you buy gas, you should get a receipt, whether it's at the pump or inside, so that if something happens to your car, you can prove that you bought gas there. Otherwise, you got no nothing. You know, credit card, obviously, you have a credit card receipt, but, you know, I still pay cash for gas. Come on with it. Says, I use liquid tape to seal electric connections for taillights and such. You know what I started using is those heat shrink, and not a heat shrink, solder seal butt connectors instead of the heat shrink ones. Did you see that video on that? I love those things. It's like a regular butt connector, but it's got 2 solder rings in there. So when you put the wires in and you heat shrink it, and then you hit them solder rings with the torch a little bit, and they melt down the solder right into the connections, and the sucker is strong. It ain't never coming apart. And then I'll tape it or whatever. But yeah, you could use liquid tape on that too. $100,000 mistake. I would think more than that. Trucking MC, I can take it where I want once paid off, but I have to say I'm doing really well where I'm at now. If you're doing well where you're at, man, don't leave.
Stay. Yeah.
Because you never know. You never know. Is hitting 100 drivers like hitting the bikes at the Choking, Puke, and Smokey and the Bandit? Yeah.
Yeah. We just watched that.
Yeah. Yep. I'm going to go home and slap your mama in the mouth. Or punch your mama in the mouth. Trust me, I know. I have no friends. Steve Leto. There you go. That's the lawyer. Steve Leto. That's a good YouTube channel. Jackknife TV at Mark M. I'm sure I'm not going to be able to scale 48,000 pounds with that T680. No, it's probably going to be at like 44.5 or 45 at the most. The Cascadias, you're, 45, 5. And that T680 is a little heavier. I had a driver that wanted to get a Volvo. What's the big one, the 880? I says, you hate hauling freight, don't you? He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, that sucker is heavy. He says, you might scale 43.5. But, in the reefer business, weight matters. That 9400 when I get flatbed, I easily pulled a few 50,000-pound loads, and if I really tried, I could have probably pushed closer to 50 with a reefer. Holy cow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Trucking with MC True, you have a good point. I'll take your advice, but we'll always keep you in mind if anything happens. Yeah, you never know. You never know. Chris says, I haul corn syrup and my normal load is 50,000 in the tank. Yeah, I don't know what tankers weigh. Tell you the truth. The trucks are usually lighter because they're usually like mid-roofs or flat tops. Hunter Poole says, Happy New Year. Thanks for the cheese info. Yeah, I'm your man. You never need cheese info, any information on, your different high calorie foods. I got your back. I run a Century with wide singles. Oh, then you're light. Your truck is light. If you're going to put any kind of electrical connections together on a semi-truck, you use shrink crimp connectors, or preferably the ones with the solder, and get yourself some liquid electrical tape. Yeah, that's what I was saying, them solder seal connectors. You can get them off of Amazon. I got them on a video. I got the description or the link in the description, that one video, but I like them. I use them on everything now. It'd be, ideal to solder in the first place, but, you're on the road. You only have, it's not like you got electricity right there most times. But what do you think, Mrs. DIY? Is it time to wrap this up and go to bed?
Yeah, I think it's getting close here. I don't think you could handle another 2 hours.
No. Well, I'm going to bail out on you guys just shy of New Year's. It's when all the drunk people come on YouTube, so I don't want to subject myself to that. But it's, 10 o'clock? It's a good 2.5 hours past my bedtime. So everybody, thanks for coming in. Hope y'all have a great New Year's and
be safe out there.
A better 2023. Hang in there. It's going to be what you make of it. It's going to be tough, probably. I'm sure it will. But if you've done all the right things and you work hard, be smart, you're probably going to do okay.
Yep.
Probably. So, anything you want to leave them with?
Just be safe out there, especially tonight and probably tomorrow morning. Just watch out for those crazies. Ones that had a little too much to drink.
Awesome. Everybody take care. We'll see you next time.
Yep.
Thanks for coming in.